charges of his healing one, or have him have consumables that he has to use before he can redo it again, because infinite healing was a bit busted.
Oh,
well, it's got a really long cooldown.
Oh, what's my
it does have a really long cooldown. That's why I tried to make us in game have a extended break so that the cooldown would go away.
And we have food, so we have extra vitality.
Yeah, do you remember your points, right?
Hold on.
Shitless last time.
Generally,
I've got mine up.
didn't get hit.
Yeah, I don't have a hit either. Not yet.
I think I nearly died.
although most of you probably are you full health now after your little camp?
No,
Yeah,
I
we're all
don't
full
think
health.
I am.
Because we did a
Plus
short
one
rest. We did a short rest when we
did like a rest, yeah.
I seem
So
to remember
all
that
our
I'm
things are
not.
back.
I'm
So,
currently in my my ult as well, aren't I?
Yeah, you're currently
Yeah.
in your ult, yeah.
Do I have my ult back then?
No, not you, Jess. The only people that have their ults is half of Lauren's, Max's, and Voltron's, and everyone else doesn't have this. So it's just
I'm pretty
easy
sure
to
we used wind wall like last turn or before.
I'm pretty sure we
Why don't I
didn't.
have my ult back?
Yeah.
Bastard. By the way, if you see a kid in the background, that's my little brother.
Well, Alex, what's he doing? Now?
That one.
We playing Fortnite.
Where were we?
What are you playing, Rory? He's not playing anything at the moment.
No.
But he plays Minecraft.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, where the hell is this freaking...
He used to love it.
Okay, let's restart that one when we're all ready.
You can crack on, but I obviously I've got this new computer now, so my opened recently doesn't exist anymore.
Someone's got to sit on the power
Yeah.
No.
Got dual monitor going on.
Nice, did you get the buy one?
No, I got this other two random ones that match.
Oh, nice.
So just take me a sec to realise how much hit points I am, but please feel free to go ahead and crack on.
Okay, hold on. Fudge wants to leave, so I'm sending you your way, Lauren.
No.
We heard from Charlie as well.
Who?
No, I don't think he's playing.
Okay.
You mean that small man?
The Baba. Those two.
No.
Be right back.
Why do I? Huh?
Yeah, you guys all ruined it yesterday. We meant to do D&D yesterday, and it was going to be great, because I was just going to, like, step out of what Alex calls it and be like, boo. Boring.
Must be nice to see.
All I can
people
say is
in real
no
life.
one go in that pond. No one go in that well.
I'm really tempted, but I know it's the bad
Don't.
thing.
Rhino
Okay.
goes swimming in the well.
Yeah. We're going to have a little water fight.
Have a little dip.
So,
Oh, give me a sec. Sorry, Fudge is trying to escape. Don't shake your head at me, Alex.
that girl. Naughty. Why is Rhythm stop working?
What did you do to it?
How do I stop it completely? End. No. Wasn't. I do stop and it just pauses it.
FS. Full stop.
Skipped.
Okay. I think Fudge is now allowing me.
Give yourself a role on the Discord called DJ, and it will then get like all the privileges.
How the hell do I do that?
Create role, call it DJ, assign only you.
Bloody sticks on stuck in my head.
Which one?
You know the one where it's just like, cause I just wanna party with you, and it's like, oh, yeah, I've got it stuck in my head.
What about the one that goes, "Here comes the boy"?
Here comes the boy.
Hello.
Hello, boy.
Oh God.
Have you guys had the Russian guy on your For You page?
What Russian guy?
Oh, you haven't. Don't worry. He just does this really weird dance.
Oh god, I hate Discord. It's so confusing. How do I do this, Adam?
It's easy. Just give it to me.
What?
What?
How? I
Wow.
right-clicked on rhythm.
Go in a separate call and just screen share and talk through like that.
Okay. In Doom of Anonsol, go to server settings.
Ah,
What's
paper,
that?
of course.
Probably on the left column. Where you get a
Okay.
little drop-down menu, and you get like server boost, invite people, notification settings, privacy settings. Because it's your Discord server, you'll get server settings.
General.
No.
No, I'm just
above
said.
Above
There's
it.
nothing above that.
So above it is text channel,
Ah.
sorry. And then
No,
above that
no.
is Doom of Anonsol.
Yeah, and then invite people server settings. Okay.
Server settings. And then one of them will be roles.
Yeah.
Create a role called DJ.
Yay. Damn.
Wait, if I change this role.
Hi, it's Angel Fernando.
Angel Fernando.
Poor guy. Poor guy. That's so much planned.
I can't believe you let him die. It's upsetting.
I tried, alright. Failed.
I mean, I don't.
What is going on with my webcam?
I know what. Fuck. I can't answer this. Right side.
No.
Do. Okay. So. What is happening? This fucking robot. How do I? Okay, we'll
It's
just leave
doing it! Just.
Yeah, we'll just leave it. Rhythm sucks. I miss Groovy. Groovy was a good boy. Okay, so you're in this massive, like, underground chamber where everything was tiled with this white and, like, lapis lazuli blue all up and along the walls with these ornate patterns. Completely overgrown trees were coming out of the walls, the ground, even the ceiling. There was, like, these beautiful cherry blossoms and blue flowered trees. And now there is this, like, mass burnt forest inside from Freya's burning sword as she scorched half of it. The well still sits untouched, and the tower turret thing that has all the research table in sits untouched, but half of the trees have been burnt to ash, scattering petals everywhere. There is 3 giant meaty tendrils coming out of the trees and slamming into Freya's Swan Knight, and it's just being burned away as like ash is just piling up on the inside and like being scattered in with the flowers as well. And this like these three tendrils just keep slamming in and then burning away, almost like it's just being forced through a cheese grater kind of thing. Freya's eyes remain completely transfixed and concentrated, trying to keep the form up as long as possible. We'll go in turn order, so it's Dravik, Freya, Lula, and Reiner Voltrum.
Oh, great.
So Dravik, what you can see is these like 3 meaty tendrils about like kind of like a double-decker bus in size, width, but lengthwise just as far as the eye can see in the room. But it's coming from the tree out. It's coming from the tree line.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Sorry, I aimed directly at the mic there. Sorry.
Are they just, like, flat, grabbing it, or they're attacking?
They're wide. They're just like pincering into it and being burned every time they hit it.
Can
It's
I,
like being cut off.
just as it's about to hit, do, like, a leap and try and grab onto it? So when it goes back... Well, that'll be the first thing, whether I can do
Okay,
that.
so out of the 2 tendrils burning, one of them recoils and goes to dive bomb again. and then Dravik just jumps through the burning wall of the Swan Knight and impales his spear into it just before it hits, and it ricochets off, slamming against the tiles. You're like holding on, you're like cloak billowing as trees are just getting pulled from the wall, and all these like marble tiles are just slamming around. But you're currently on one of the tentacles.
Okay, can I try and progress up the tentacle further into the source?
Sure, you can climbing. It doesn't really even notice you on it. It doesn't seem to experience pain, which is quite obvious from the fact that 2 more of them are just burning away continuously.
Great, I will try and get as far along as I possibly can in my turn.
Nice. Freya, you've got 1 more turn left of Susan, your Swan Knight. Sorry, copyright strike. You're also muted, by the way.
Oh, sorry. So, can you just remind me what's in front of me? Because I've kind of forgotten.
That
Don't look at me
face.
like that.
That face.
I
You just got
Yeah,
face.
Yeah, I know.
He
I
did
know.
just there.
Okay, so what's in front of you? You're all kind of at the
Nice.
bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, I
crouch
got
as
that.
always. You're in your knight. You've just watched Dravik
Yeah.
jump out the wall and grab one of the tentacles and get sucked off into the room.
She's Fraser.
Slamming into your Swan Knight, being burned away again, and like ash is just piling up at your feet now.
Okay. How many?
Not here, just
Oh,
put
can
it
I do a perception check on the tentacles?
What's your perception?
It is 7.
So what you can see, it's kind of hard to tell because there's so many petals in the air, leaves, and so much like fire in front of you, as well as like the ash that keeps billowing into the inside the Swan Knight. So it's pretty hard to tell what you see, but you kind of experience this like
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
So
Hello.
you get more and more exhausted every time these tentacles are just slamming into you because you're having to hold this form with your utter concentration. You can't really see what they're connected to, but only that it goes into the tree line.
Okay, and didn't I cut the trees last time?
You
Sorry.
cut half. Yes, I said that earlier. You cut half the trees are half burned, but half still remain.
Okay. Can I do? How many turns have I got left of Susanoo?
You got this one, and it ends on your next turn.
Okay. Can I do
And it's
another?
Swan Knight.
It's Swan Knight.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but I can't count as Susanoo.
Bandai coming in.
Can I? Can I do another swoosh of my sword like across?
So as your like massive arm reaches up, this burning blue blade, it just smashes through, just taking out half like of the wall, and all these tiles start shattering down. You burn what's left of the trees in your range. One of the tentacles just gets seared completely in half and starts like flailing on the floor, and then you start to notice it's like bubbling and popping, and like these weird creatures start falling out of it, almost like it disintegrates into about 100 different little necromorphs if you've played Dead Space. Basically just muscle and bone, and they've got like bone protruding. They don't seem to have eyes or a mouth, but they've got like boned fangs that like hold onto their teeth, and they're all like jittering and freaking out. The other tentacle you cut clean as it raises, and that too just falls on the floor and starts exploding into little things. The one that's currently raised because Dravik is climbing it, you just miss that one, and your sword slams into the other wall, shattering more tiles all over Dravik as he's climbing his way up.
You've got
What do
2
you
more
wanna do?
goes.
Oh, I got another go. I'm trying. Do we have like my attack list for Susanoo, or not really?
Well, it other than like it increases all your abilities, basically their range.
Oh, okay. Can I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I do a fireball at it? But like
What-
obviously,
At what though?
like obviously the towards all the center of it. Okay, we'll try aim for it.
Aim for what?
The monster.
It's in all the trees. You don't know really know
So
where it
you don't
is.
really know where it is.
What's what I mean? So like, can I try find it?
Okay,
Like,
so
Sus-
with the
You
Swan
can
Knights,
do what I did. Stay on Overwatch and wait for it to then move and then shoot.
I don't think we've
You
got
still have
time
it,
for that though.
Well, it's got a turn.
Alright, then I'll do another slash.
So this time, recoiling back, all these like creatures are starting to run towards the Swan Knight. Some were already at the base of it, just jumping and burning their way. So they would jump and pounce and just disintegrate, like covering Rhino, who's at the front, just did this horrible flurry of like meaty smelling ash. Like the whole chamber smells like burning cooked pork, basically.
Nice.
As these creatures jump in. And with some managed to jump over the sword, but a vast amount, about 70 of them just burn, screeching and like making these jittering noises, clacking their bones, teeth together, as the Swan Knight's sword just scorches another load of them.
Okay.
What do you want to do now? Got one more action.
What? You just said I had two.
You 3 actions in total. You've done 2 swings of the
Oh
sword.
no, I thought I only
Now
had
stay on
two.
Overwatch.
Yeah,
Stay
now I'll
on
go
Overwatch.
on
with your
Overwatch.
hard
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Leland?
Where am I? Basically.
You're at the base of the stairs in the Swan Knight form.
Okay. Can I see any tentacles?
There's only one left that's currently like desperately trying to get Dravik off of it. As Dravik
Can I-
clawing his way up.
Hey, I thought that thing didn't know I was there. Huh?
Yeah, true. Actually, maybe I did say that. Yeah. But
Nice.
it's just
Can
basically
I-
going in for another attack.
Can I use Blood Whip to basically pillar it? So I want to drag that tentacle down.
It's way too far. It's like up at the very top of the chamber right now, like just smashing tiles into the Swan Knight.
I can't really do anything.
Well, it's about 30 necromorphs running at the Swan Knight.
Plus,
Alright,
technically,
can
couldn't you
I-
hold your action till the last one in
Also,
case
yeah,
something
well,
happened?
Yeah.
All right. Well, first, can I use Blood Whip to just like absolutely slam them across?
So your blood
Any
whip
of the
coils
things.
out, grabs one, and like he throws them into one another.
I want to
and then-
use it. I want to use it like a massive like.
So okay. So you're whipping. So you see Luna like
wanna-
raise this blood whip, and as she throws it towards the Swan Knight, the blood just evaporates from the burning flame, and just becomes like just smoke and steam.
Well, that's great.
Hang on, I thought that magic knew what was an ally and what wasn't. I thought that was established.
Yeah, so you can go in and out of it, but elements will still work in certain ways.
Alright. I rest my case.
Okay, then I'll just hold my actions then, because I can't really.
Sure. You have 2 actions to hold. Reiner?
Okay.
Yeah. So I used Windwall at the start of the fight.
No, that was in the. You haven't used it in this chamber.
Okay, that's fine. Can I use perception to see where the beast is, or is he still like moving around? We don't need to know.
What's your perception?
It is 8 out of 15.
So you, similar to Frey, you can't. You only see what she sees, which is just the one tentacle and a bunch of these creatures. Like some are still dumb enough to be running at the Swan Knight and just exploding into ash.
Is
and
there
the others are
anything
kind of, like, holding
specific
back.
that's kind of staring out or highlighted?
Well, the giant
in the room?
tentacle that's going into the tree line.
Okay. So like the well's not like especially glowing or anything like that. Basically just means that I roll a really shit roll.
Pretty well, same as Lawrence, yeah. Exactly.
So I can't shoot through Lauren's ult.
You can,
I can.
as long as you're not liquid, yeah.
Okay. Can I
Or
just
leave.
use triple shot twice and shoot some of
Oh,
them?
no, triple shot is a
creatures.
cooldown, remember?
Triple shot once, and then I'll shoot one more time, and then I'll stay on Overwatch.
So you notice that when your arrows fly through the Swan Knight, they burst into blue flame and like just blitz through these creatures. So they just burn and pierce through them like bullets, basically. And like one arrow takes out 3, another arrow takes out 2, one more arrow takes out 3, and your final arrow takes out another 3. As they just like explode into ash as these missiles are just going through the Swan Knight's base.
Can I
Alright.
make sure that I stay on Overwatch with my siege bow?
Yep, sure.
So when I see the creature, I can shoot it.
Voltrum?
I think I'm in a similar position to Lulan here.
Yeah.
Stay where we are in the protection of the Susanoo. Well, sorry, Swan Knight.
Swan Knight.
And hit anything that comes close.
Alright. You
Keep it
notice
simple for
this,
now.
like, the tentacle starts recoiling into the trees. You just see Dravik's cloak billowing, he's just being pulled into the tree line. And suddenly there's this, like, massive mound expanding, just knocking down all the trees. You see the well now in clear view as this, like, have you ever watched Akira?
Nope.
Okay, so like this mound of meat basically starts growing and like expanding, and a face almost forming out of like tissue and muscle and bone. And this like giant arm comes out, and the second giant arm comes out, and the tentacle like goes into it. Dravik's now just holding onto the shoulder of this thing, and it doesn't seem to have eyes, but it has like an open gaping maw of a mouth with like bones sucked inwards, and it's like towers over even the Swan Knight as it just raises its hand and starts plummeting down onto the Swan Knight. It hits it, and like it causes like a massive like shake. Freya falls to one knee, still holding the form up of the Swan Knight, but you notice blood's trickling out of her nose, and her eyes are fixated on this thing with utter concentration. The hand burns away and like again just bubbles and like fat and falls off with like creatures forming out of it. Some lands onto the Swan Knight and just evaporate completely. Some fall at the base where all the creatures are like skittering around, trying to find a way in to you guys. His second hand comes down, same again, just boom. All the ash at your feet like lifts up for a while and then just settles again as more creatures fall in, raining ash down upon you. And it kind of stands there and like lets out this gurgled scream as like it's like loud pitch that seems to like shake the walls as more tiles and like flowers explode into the air. It's this weird like
Overwatch.
Imagine, yeah, you can use your Overwatch anytime you want.
Yeah, can I use my Overwatch? And shoot
Ryan,
him.
where do you want to shoot him?
Right, it's like a big blob.
Yeah,
like
it looks a bit like
semi-CFAs.
slug, bit slug man, yeah. Well,
Can I
there's
see any
a-
like facial features?
other than the gaping maw, like it's just got fleshed over eyes, like it's just a mangled mess. It looks very much like a scientific experiment gone wrong, like bits of body and bone have just been plugged into it.
Can I take? You might want to roll for it,
Mhm.
but like a semi guess of where the body would be, because I'm guessing the body's gonna be in like the middle.
I'm gonna say now it's basically impossible to tell. Like,
Yeah,
from,
but like off-centered middle maybe, and then shoot
oh, just
at
you
that
just
with
guess willy nilly, really. Just tell me where you want to shoot.
like probably nearest where his heart would be.
Well, it's hard to say because it's very much like think of like a slug. Like
Yeah, so
curved
if it's
over
like a
with just
slug,
man arms, yeah.
then like maybe like here.
So Reiner draws back his large siege bow, and as he looses the bolt from it, it just explodes into flames, and this thing just goes flying. This burning blue, like spinning drill bit, basically,
Ooh,
slams
okay.
into the heart of it, explodes out the back of it, and just like meat and tissue, and like these creatures start bubbling out of the little forms that's left behind. Dravik's like just blown away almost completely as it just narrowly misses him, and like beasts land on the back of the slug and like kind of awaken and spot just three of them. They spot Dravik, who's just still holding on with his two weapons.
Great.
Now there's this huge gaping hole as like tissue seems to form, and you feel like for a split second, Runner, you notice like a cloak inside the hole.
Oh, we've got ourselves a swamp waterbender in Avatar: The Last Airbender situation right here. Interesting. Interesting.
So Voltrum and Lulan, you still have your actions held as well as one of yours, Lauren. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to use your actions or just go to your next turn?
I was going to hit ads, so if anything gets close.
The Swan Knight base is still protected.
Yeah. I'm happy to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy to wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, you don't want to. There's giant monsters in front of you, rivaling your Swan Knight. You don't want to like Transformers bash it or anything.
Why?
Do one for the trailer.
Specific
Okay,
round.
yeah, fine.
One for the
Okay,
trailer.
then.
One for the trailer.
Yeah.
do you do then?
Yeah, I'll do literally what you just said.
What? Would you want to stab at your sword or bash it?
Yeah,
with-
stab it.
So like the Swan Knight pulls his sword back, and you have to remember like these things, although they're moving quickly for their giant size, they're both very slow. So as it's recoiling its left hand away and it's burning and bubbling, this bolt's just gone through it, and then Freya's giant burning sword just impales it right down the middle. And again, Dravik just has to lean to the side slightly. It's a giant, skinny blue blade through. And there's like a little, like, what sounds like a little screech, but you can't tell if it's like a human noise or just burning bone and flesh. As like more bubbles off, it's got another hole in it. This time it's healing a little bit slower as the blade is pulled through it. Okay, Dravik, it's your turn.
Did I notice anything that they noticed regarding the possible cloak inside?
No, you're somewhat... No, not from your angle, no.
Damn.
You're somewhat distracted. So these creatures are like scuttling along the back, just like impaling and stabbing their bone arms into it as they're crawling up to you.
How much time do I have estimated till they get to me?
Seconds.
Well, great. That's it a minute then. Can I... Are they in a line?
Well, they're kind of, yeah. They're in like a semicircle coming up.
Okay, I'm
One
gonna...
after another.
I'm holding on with like one... You know, the double-sided thing is sort of what I'm stuck into it with because it has the point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my cleave with one hand, pull that out and just go down. Try and get all three of them as best I can in a falling sort of... Basically a falling slice with a cleave.
So as you're going down, in order to slow yourself from speeding up, you jab your blade in and then just start ripping this thing's back open.
Oh.
It's like your skinny blood is just pooling out, and you kind of like do a semi-spin and just decapitate one of these creatures, and it just rots and falls apart. You impale another one and land directly on the one after that, impaling it, and then jab your spear back in again, just shredding its back as you slowly come to a stop.
That's how it's done right there.
You got 2 more actions?
Crikey, alright, that was one action, great. Can I do a little perception check just to see what's through the bit I've just sliced above me?
I can tell you that now. You haven't dug that deep.
Okay.
It's just like meat and tissue. Because your spear tip's only like that long.
Okay. I assume we're just going with that all of my powers are still on somewhat of a cooldown.
No, only your heal. And your
Only the everything else is good?
Yep.
Great. In that case, I'm still going to do a perception check just above... What's above the monster?
So the top of the room is just tiles and the tree line, like growing downwards.
Tiles and tree line, did you say?
Yeah, there's more trees up above you. Just growing
That's
down.
weird. Okay, that's not helpful.
That's weird.
I'm just going to try, based on the fact, judging from all the dodges I've seen where my allies have been aiming for, I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to jump off of the thing,
Yeah.
which probably going to take some damage for, but fuck it. Jump off and then in air do the water stream straight at where they all were going. Do you need any points of what I have there?
Damage on no.
Okay, cool.
Alex, I don't know if this is possible, but I'm guessing the water stream is quite a like long movement. Is it a long attack because it's a big water stream?
It goes quite a way, yeah.
But like takes long. to
Oh,
do.
duration of how long?
yeah,
it-
duration wise.
No, it's almost instantly.
Okay.
It just goes-
So it's like a little spurt. But
Well, it's
like-
more than a spurt. I mean, it's more of a fireman's hose, if we're going to say.
Yeah, it's like a
Call it an ejaculation if you want.
Yeah, sure.
It's so powerful and precise. Like it's very narrow. It can just cut things in half.
Imagine Cell's beam that he shoots out of his
What I'm trying to
finger.
say is I wouldn't be able to like see that he's doing this and then shove up a wind ball and like get half of it.
Can you use your weapon?
But you're also on the other side of the monster to me, though.
Yeah, you can't see him because he's.
Oh right,
shit.
okay, on the other side, that's fine.
Sorry, so sneezy. Anyway,
No
so
worries.
Travis jumps off and just goes, bah! And like just goes straight pierces through the creature's back, and like he can kind of drag it a little bit, and it just cuts like quite a nice chunk out. The water just hits the Swan Knight and just starts evaporating. So like a slow mist is appearing in front of the in front of you guys as the water's just hitting this extreme heat. You do a fair bit of damage to it, but
Hey.
it's not revealed anything.
Okay.
And then you got one more. You are falling currently.
Do I get another action? I technically looked up. I don't know if that counted as an action.
I won't let that count.
Okay. Falling. Okay, that's fun. Huh. Is there any sort of trees or anything nearby?
Below you, yeah, you're plummeting towards them quite rapidly.
Right, I feel like I'm going to prepare myself to grab onto a tree
Okay, cool.
and slow my fall.
The tallest tree comes here. You slam into it, winding you. You take 1 hit point as you plummet down like the branches. Frey has burned most of these trees away, so they just kind of degrade into timber. The more you,
The second a giant lizard armored man lands on her. Okay.
Your cloak gets caught and you like almost get hung slightly. The buckle on your cloak snaps as you like land almost crotch first onto a branch.
Oh.
You go down, land on a bunch of these meat creatures that are looking like at the base of the big boss, and you just crush 5 of them with this horrible splat, just sending like a pool of blood. But you are now utterly surrounded by like 100 of them.
Well, shit.
Freya, your turn.
Okay, how many left do I have of my night swan?
So your Swan Knight's cracking this turn, so it's like slowly
Okay.
disappearing.
Okay.
Evaporator.
Evaporating.
Oh, dissipator. Right.
Yeah,
Okay, can I do my Hayaya?
Please do it.
I'm not doing it, guys.
I'm in trouble. I'm surrounded by 100 monsters. Please.
Can we,
Yeah.
Do it.
Alex, can we record me doing it once properly with your microphone? Can just have it as one of your Steam buttons, because I'm not doing it every time I need to use it.
I'll allow that.
I wouldn't. I like it natural.
No, you're such
But
a
it's too
dickhead.
embarrassing for her, so it's fine.
Honestly, it really makes me like put off using it.
You just need to feel the deep fire within yourself and destroy all monsters.
These the Swan Knight just
There you
before
go.
it fades,
Thank
it
you.
raises its left hand, and 5 giant fireballs fire out of it. What are you aiming for, by the way? You didn't actually say.
Oh yeah, this isn't the high IR anyway. This is the Swan Knight. I'll
Yeah.
Lauren, what are you aiming for?
Well, at it.
Oh, the big thing.
Yeah.
All right. So 3 successfully hit the giant creature. The power of the Hayar isn't as much as your actual fireball, but they do significant burns. And you notice where the burns have happened, it takes even like longer to heal. 2 bolts of balls of fire miss it and explode into the crowd, missing Dravik by like an inch, one of them, as it just evaporates like tens of these little necromorphs that are skittering around.
Helpful.
You got 2 more actions. Sorry, I'm so sneezy. What the hell?
Okay.
Sneeze coming. I can feel it.
And then, like, how much health has it got left? Or do I need to do a perception check for that?
It's there. It's coming. I can't tell you that.
How much of its body mass is left?
Yeah. How much is left?
Quite a lot, significant amount. But
Okay, can I
Bless you in
do it?
advance, Alex.
huh?
Bless you in advance.
Thanks, man.
Now
Can
it's
I
impossible
do-
for you to sneeze.
Yeah.
A proper fireball then?
Yep. So like your giant one.
Yeah.
This giant ball of fire just hits the base of it and just like erodes like a good chunk of it, like 1/4 of this being, and it starts to crumble and crack like clay. And you notice for a split second, Ryder, as the arms are falling off and like dissipating into like more of these little necromorphs, a cloaked figure with this red crimson cloak billowing as it falls from the surface and like lands amongst the creatures hidden in the crowd. The main body of the creature, it just kind of explodes, sending blood and bone tissue everywhere that eventually become more necromorphs. Dravik, you just get completely like pasted with blood, so behind you is just like a perfect outline on the white marble walls. Somewhere angels just like spilt drink all over me.
Oh, every time.
Why is it always me? Freya, you got 1 more action.
Can I go on Overwatch and save that one?
Sure, you're Swan Knight now. Shields drop, basically. And all the creatures like that haven't died jumping into it just go. and start skittering over rapidly.
Oh.
Lulan, your turn.
Can I do a perception check on the whole skittering army and possible thing that Rhino might have seen?
Yeah, what's your perception?
Good question. It is 8.
You see hundreds of these like different sized creatures running at you.
That's it.
Well, Rhino didn't
Great.
actually say that he saw anything, so
Well, it's not my turn. Can I say it if it's not my turn?
hey, you can talk whenever you want.
Right, can I point out where the creature was? Or where
Yeah,
I
a bit like
saw
that.
it go? Well, I didn't think I... Dick.
You're being a dick.
I had a
Okay.
plan. I had a
Okay,
plan,
I'll just say,
but I
I'll
didn't
just
think it was
say,
my turn.
Lulan, you don't see the red cloaked boss. You just see there's too many, like this wave of red tide is coming towards you guys.
Okay, well I'm gonna counter that with my own tsunami tide and push it back.
So there's this like all these creatures go to like leap and jump. Let me just go to the character sheet.
I'm loving the vibes today.
What's the vibes? Oh, what the songs?
Yeah. It's exactly what.
Lulan slams her palms into the floor, and you notice like all the bloods of these creatures like billowing around her, like circling her, as this tidal wave just appears behind her, opens to let her back be untouched, and then reseals. 5 of these creatures just jump and immediately get caught in this as it begins to expand. About 15 of them get pushed back. Some are just slammed really hard into the floor, and they just explode amongst themselves, just joining this tidal wave that keeps gradually getting smaller as the room goes on. It's in this moment that you see the Crimson Cloak as this guy just jumps over the wave. He has this long-handled blade in his hand, like the handle's about like it could hold maybe 8 hands, and the blade itself seems very small and tiny in comparison. He like jumps into the air and like brings the blade down across Lulan's
Dodge.
brow.
Dodge.
She manages to dip back just a fraction. She doesn't take a wound, but the blade nicks at her forehead, and you notice the blood being drawn into the steel as the blade grows and expands slightly. He then spins around, his cloak billowing. You see the like baby screaming face on his shoulder. You see the
Triple strike.
mangled. Hold on a second, let me finish describing. You see his wife's mangled face pushing out of his back as his cloak like billows around him, and all these like creatures rush forth to like cover and protect him and to hide him. Lulan draws her 2 daggers out, or 2 daggers.
One of them's the weird dagger. What's
Your
it called?
cursed one.
Yes. It has a specific thing. Bleeding Moon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So where the hell did this guy come from? Did he jump out of the out of like the slug thing, or he's just appeared out of nowhere?
Yeah, he was controlling it. Yeah.
Out of the flesh.
What did it do?
You slice through 2 of them with just utter ease, like a hot knife through butter. They just like collapse behind you and almost just like slide across the floor. Your cursed dagger digs into one of them, and you manage to pull a strand of blood out of the necromorph in front of you. You now control one of the necromorphs.
Nice.
Okay, I want to save my other move.
Which move?
Does that include the Necromorph's move? Or is that separate?
You get the turn for him, not including yourself. Does that make sense?
Okay. Then wait, so it's just that one. The other one died.
So you cut 2 of them to pieces with your triple strike, and the 3rd necromorph you now control.
Okay, then the 3rd Necromorph is just gonna kill itself.
Oh, okay.
And then like
Oh.
I'll hold my action.
It just jabs its like bony arms into its neck repeatedly until it just collapses onto the floor. Okay, then it's right.
I'm holding my 3rd.
Right. Can I use Wind Wall?
Yep, nice. So
Yep.
you draw a wind wall and like 5 of them pounce and then just get bounced off and go flying across the room. Like little,
Then-
you know that scene in fuck, I forgot where they spin a rat and throw it against the wall and it just explodes. That comedy show. Not a real rat, don't worry. basically that happens. Just like water balloons and blood just appear around
Nice.
around the Great Hall.
So yeah, I want to draw my wind wall.
Yep.
Then, because I've obviously I saw the red cloak, so I know where he is.
Yep.
Know where roughly he is.
Yep.
So I want to say, Freya, fire flamethrower here, and then shoot my arrow where I think he is.
Yeah.
And then-
Do you have one more action? Did you save an action? Lauren?
Yeah, I saved an action.
Okay.
She did.
So she, with her flamethrower, the windwall now becomes this burning blue windwall in front of you, and what you want to fire your arrow through it.
I thought flaming the flame through it would make it like a massive flamethrower, would it not?
Yeah, the flamethrower goes on, but the main thing is now the whole windwall is this burning blue shield in front of you.
Oh yeah,
the flamethrower
yeah.
does its range is
good.
vastly increased, and it burns like a 10 of these things alive, but it's not fire. Like she's too far away from the bad guy for the flamethrower to hit her.
But
Let me
does
try
it
and help with that.
open the like?
Yeah,
Where-
the crowd.
can we
like,
see where
these
he is now?
creatures try and skitter away from it. His cloak is burned badly as he like rolls off and like puts it out.
Okay,
By
so I
just
can see him. So if I can
Yeah.
see him, I want to shoot him.
Okay. What's your dex again?
I think it's still 10.
What were you shooting with? The siege bow?
Yeah. Because
So this massive burning blue arrow just gets pelted through. Like you almost hear it go, "Woo!" fucking meow as it goes by, and like it just hits him square in the arm, just ripping his left arm completely from the socket as the arm explodes into the wall, and he's like lets out this gurgling scream as like even his wound kind of like heals and stitches together, but just you see in his like basically from about here down of his left arm just stuck to the wall, and like all the tiles cracked at this massive impact. He darts backwards now back into the crowd.
Can I still see him, by the way?
I would have loved to have done my
no.
action before then. Damn it.
I know it's really
I was-
frustrating this whole turn order thing.
Yeah.
That's how you want to play it.
Well, not before Rhino. I wanted to go before the guy dipped out. That
Oh,
would have
okay.
been cool.
Can I save my last one for Overwatch?
Sure. Okay. Voltrum.
Okay, talk to me about yardages. How far from Voltrum to bad guy? Essentially.
Really not that far. I'd say you at the base of stairs. It was like,
One movement action to get there?
yeah, easily.
Okay. We're gonna shoot the moon. So Freya's flamethrower is still going, right?
Yeah, it's burning, and like the creatures are just ducking away from it now. As it's, the windwall's still there, also aflame.
Okay. I would like to leave like the others and sprint directly at the guy.
Okay.
Directly
in
at
its
it.
general direction, yeah.
Yeah, and then make the hammer bigger.
Yeah.
I'll use its proper name. Is it Stormbringer? Stormhammer, like enlarge.
Yeah.
Make the jump towards as if I'm about to swing,
Yeah.
and then just when like the impact would happen,
yeah.
blink ethereal. Sufficiently so I can guess I would move through him,
Yeah.
reappear, and then bat him like a baseball instead of having the hammer mallet on, have it side on.
Okay.
To try and push the entire mass into the flamethrower
Wow.
is
That-
what I want to try.
That is horrifying. That's a vision.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, a couple rolls here.
Yeah.
Change something
Imagine.
for it.
Vision-esque monstrosity there, phasing and rephasing.
Yeah, it's the phasing part. It's so fucking cool.
Alright, let's.
I bet it
find a better
fails,
song
though.
for that.
No, it can't fail. This is Ethereal Ultra.
I don't know if it's possible as well. But like, upon seeing Adam push them all in,
Let's
If
wait
I
to see
see-
if that happens.
If it
Yeah,
were.
okay.
Give me a second, guys. I need to find a good fucking song for this.
Time works differently in the ethereal plane. It's a
Yeah.
pure
Yeah.
silence.
Remember when we did that Dust City Outlaws and Charlie had that potion or that ability that let him go invisible, but only invisible while he held his breath?
Oh god, yeah.
So his head is like,
Oh,
it's like
failed
trying to
load.
scutter around the
I
line.
do not understand rhythm. It just says failed to load. Like, But
What did you try and do? Spotify or
the YouTube link?
what was the command?
Play.
Exclamation mark play.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. Sorry.
Alright, I'll try this one. I'll just see if it's Spotify.
Gonna have to send me this playlist, Alex.
Yeah, it's Bob.
Wow, why is that not playing? It's just searching, added to queue. What the fuck?
Can't we have a nap? Can't.
Oh, why does it not clear? It doesn't
Just
clear
skip.
completely.
Just skip.
Oh my god. Okay, this'll do. Good one. Ah, fuck myself there. I'm back. Okay, so everyone at the base of the stairs, that's Reiner, Freya, and Luland. You're like fighting these creatures as they're like jumping at you. You know, the Freya's just pummelled one into the ground. She's got her arm out, casting this massive flame through the wind wall, which is just expanding it. So it's like this roaring, like dragon almost, just a constant stream of blue flame. Max is just firing his arrows at these little creatures running at him. You know, Luland's just like cutting them in half and like having to dip and dive as they're running all around her. And you just hear this pitter patter across the tiles of like. Starts sprinting, and he's like building up speed as he's just running. The boss creature, like his cloak billows every so often, and you just like spot him in the crowd of red. And then Vultrim like jumps, almost propelled through the wind wall. His cloak burning this blue flame like a dragon roaring as he just expands his hammer like a giant golf club. And in that second, even Dravik, who's like back to a tree, you know, fighting all these creatures, like they're biting at him, and he's like plunging his spear. He just sees this like roaring dwarf screaming, and just he's gone. And then suddenly just reappears with this explosive, like his cloak billows whipping two of the necromorphs away, and he just slams into the crowd where like the large part of are gathered around the boss to protect him. And it's just this huge club, like 3 of these necromorphs just explode into red mist almost immediately, as this massive steel just is like circling towards them. The boss man, now only with one arm, desperately tries to like grow a tentacle to stop it, but he's just too taken by surprise, and it just hits him, and he like blood comes spraying out of his head.
Sorry, Alex, but upon seeing the boss man move and be in an incapacitated state, can I use my Overwatch to shoot him?
Can we set him on fire first? Can we set him on fire first?
Double damage.
He said it.
Fuck,
A
Max.
giant burning blue bolt of flame flies through the wind.
Can I
wall.
also use my thing to use arrow, my blood arrow to shoot him in his other arm?
Through the wind wall?
Yes,
The wind
into
wall
his
that's
other
on
arm.
fire.
No, around it.
Oh, almost got you. Almost got you. So, Vultrim appears like killing 5 of these creatures, just knocking the boss. The boss is in the air, like slow-mo, blood going whoa, as his like sword just clinging onto his weird blade. And as he flies towards the burning wind wall and the flamethrower, this bolt of blue fire just flies out, just impaling him, pushing him back towards Vultrim, straight through the gut. The spin is just too much as Vultrim continues turning, still wiping out these creatures that are jumping up towards him. You know, like one's like climbing over him to like bite into his neck, desperately trying to scratch through the armor. Maybe one even gets sprung off by the armor as it goes flying. And then like as the boss man just gets impaled through the stomach, you know, shirtless as well, the searing flames pushing him towards Vultrim. A blood arrow just whistles out of nowhere and digs straight into his other arm. It's not strong enough to cut it clean off, but the blood, you know, trails out, and he lands directly onto Vultrim. And you guys go like rolling into the crowd of necromorphs.
So a pretty just mundane turn there.
Yeah. I feel like I've had enough turns. Other people can have a go.
Oh well.
No, you still have one more turn, right?
You still got
Yeah,
another
almost.
action.
No. Movement, become ethereal, attack.
Yeah.
There we go.
So as Vultrim stands up, the boss stands before him, like, and you see him now completely like eye to eye, and like he looks deranged and erratic, and like you know, his hair's graying. He's well built, very tanky. The baby's face is all that remains of his left arm. It's like his mouth of gore and gaping, and like his wife, you can hear like a muffled scream from his back as he draws the blade and slashes it down across your face. What's your armor again?
I think it's 7 at the moment. Maybe 8. Maybe 8. Let me just check, sorry. Just tell me if I need to check.
Your armor saves 3 of them. And you take 1 wound. No spark, but you get 3 charges.
3 charges, nice. Immediately discharge them so that the armor goes up to 8 now.
Cool. Let me use it back on. Such a good song, that one.
So is this guy in like a bad state, or?
I think what he's missing is arm. He's got a massive hole in his right arm, and he's looking a bit worse for wear. Yeah.
What about that
He's
big
got-
hammer that like
Well,
impaled
it hit him, did a lot of damage, and he's got a bolt of steel, burning blue steel, into his chest.
in his chest?
So he's
Okay.
not looking happy.
Okay, good.
Average day. He'd much rather not be. Anyway, so yeah, he slices across your face, giving you like a deep cut across the bridge of your nose. And as he kicks you with the boot of his heel, and you like roll backwards into the crowd of Necromorphs, the blood that was on from your nose, he pulls out, and like you watch as his blade grows even more now, and this weapon's like basically is starting to form a giant meat cleaver, little bit by little bit. The butcher's knife, basically. Now the Necromorphs pile onto you.
Bring it.
You dispatch 2 of them just in seconds as they're like grabbing onto you. You know, you just like pop them, just go and like popping them. But 3 manage to bite you. 1 gets sparked off, 1 more armor charge, and another 1 sparked off.
Okay.
No damage.
No damage, okay.
Yeah, but they're like summoning around you, and you watch him as he like he holds he jams his sword into the ground and like whispers something into the baby's ear. As it like his arm looks like it's forming until you realize it's tiny, like 2 tiny baby arms. As this child seems to grow and sprout from his shoulder, it falls to the floor with like this wet, and then just starts growing in shape as like Necromorphs run into it, and like it absorbs them and expands until right before you is this giant baby. Its rib cage protruding out, like bones everywhere. It's got bones coming out its elbow. All its fingers, like nails, are grown to talons. Its mouth opens and it just vomits this like sticky substance onto Voltrim. So Voltrim is slowed now, so basic movement's gonna be difficult, and it vomits more Necromorphs over you that like pile onto you a little bit more, and it starts to crawl towards Dravik. There's like,
Am I close? I thought that was at least far away.
no, but you're closest after Voltrim, and he's already got puke on him.
Oh, great.
You notice the puke over you seems to attract a vast amount of Necromorphs that like turn and start skittering over to you. The boss, now without the baby in his arm, is quite clear that he's wounded. And he looks over to Voltrim. Looks like he's going to jab the sword through you, but then something stops him, and he turns back into the crowd as he leaves you to die to the Necromorphs. Dravik, your turn.
What do you think I am?
Lauren, have you been feeding Alex cheese before bed? Because that was one of the most harrowing things I've ever heard. So my situation, I assume I'm completely surrounded last I checked by like
you're
80 things.
Yeah, your back's to the tree. We're actually going to do a quick combat phase because you're going to be attacked. Probably should have done this before.
I've been very, doing a good job of holding them off, I assume.
Yeah. But you're actually attacking about 7.
Like 7 of them. Alright.
You kill 2 with utter ease. So like,
Really?
2 jump in the air and just cleave them in half, and like their blood just splats on the tree behind you. But the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hit you. What was your armor?
6.
That was the armor dice. 5, they
Hold
like.
up, isn't there a lady with us?
No,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
up
yeah.
the stairs with the girl.
She's up the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. She's coming running back down to help you guys. But do you know what the girl's called? Let's change their name on what?
It was Catherine, Caitlin, Kristen.
Caitlin. And the Robin's review.
Yes.
Anyway, so one jumps onto you, Gravik, and like takes a massive bite out of your shoulder, your leather armor, and the other one like starts scratching at your knees.
That was not.
Bony arm.
That's not so bad. It's more the engraved shoulder.
You notice some are like crawling down the tree towards you as well, like digging into the trunk as they slowly try to surround you.
And the baby's how far?
Quite a way away. It's going to take a turn and a bit to crawl over. It's a slow, luggish, meaty baby as it comes over to you.
Well, I like to think that I was in awe for a brief second of this vulture. I think much like Gerwar was, where he's just witnessed like a god do something, and in that moment of hesitation, a massive gnaw on the shoulder. So, first thing I do, I got to get that guy off me. I'm gonna fucking pop him.
Nice.
Yeah, actually, but not like that because he's on that thing. So I'm just gonna go like that with my
I'm
foot.
gonna say with absolute ease, like they're just these tiny little things, and you just punch straight through its like skull, which is just tiny little bits of bone holding its brain intact.
Alright.
It just explodes and lets go. 2 teeth are still slightly dug into you, but it's fine.
And that huge monster, that's all disintegrated, right? Did I miss that? That's all gone.
Cool, yeah.
Okay, and then did I see where that sneaky guy went into the crowd?
No, not. He was kind of near Voltrim, where Voltrim is currently like being swarmed as these things are like biting and piercing into him and dragging him around.
Alright.
Luckily, his shield's protecting him from a vast amount of it as they're like crawling over his back and just trying to pierce the ironwood.
I think it's whether or not this will work because of distance, but ideally I want to create tentacle arm of water, and I want to try and reach the baby's head, wrap around his face from a distance.
Alright.
Ideally around its mouth, like gagging it almost, if I can even get there.
Yep, it goes just about far enough. You even knock out a couple of things, like they just get punched by this stream of water as this like watery tentacle wraps around the child's head. You don't gag its mouth, but you manage to grab its like the tip of its neck basically as it's crawling towards you.
Awesome. And I don't know if this counts as part of the same move or a second one, but it says in my card that I can pull either myself to an enemy or an enemy to me because it's so heavy. I want to rip myself towards it. Like Spider-Man. Yeah, Bungee Man.
Flying over. So like you just absolutely plummet through one of the necromorphs that just get kicked in the head by your giant lizard feet. Your tail just knocks one backwards and it kind of like splits its head open as you fly towards the baby that's like looking up at you. And
Nice.
As you're flying towards it, the baby's mouth opens and just as this like vomit hits you mid-air, slowing you down greatly as it weighs you to the ground. You skid along the floor, hitting this tile, so like one of your spear goes flying into the air and impales into the ground somewhere. You manage to keep hold of your double-ended curved blade as you roll to the base of the baby, and your tentacle arm just water splashes everywhere.
Does it at least wash off a bit of the puke?
No, but now necromorphs like turn and start scurrying towards you with greater vigor, and the baby's gonna raise its hand. You get one more action there.
Well, great, that went well. Baby's right on top of me, yeah?
Yeah, basically just in front
For
of
his
you.
legs.
What, did I lose the spear? Do I still have the
Yeah.
cleave?
Yeah.
Alright, I still have the cleave. Alright, I'm gonna stand up. And did I take any damage during that? Huh?
No, the puke isn't damaged.
Alright. I'm gonna, seeing as I'm at point blank range, I'm just gonna fucking try and cut its neck over.
Oh, very nice. Okay. What was your strength again? Like,
10.
Yeah. So with your double-ended blade, you raise over the first cut.
No, this is the cleave. I lost the double-ended blade.
No, the double-ended one is the cleave, isn't it?
I thought the cleave was the halberd.
No. The cleave is your. So you got like your hands are there. There's a curved blade on either side. Your halberd. You could use cleave with either one, but your actual.
Which one am I still holding?
the double-ended sword.
Then I'll do it with that.
Yeah. You use your cleave ability, don't you?
Yes.
Cool. 3 times. So you slice this baby's like throat open.
What a sentence, by the way.
It's such a deep cut that the baby's head almost rolls backwards and just showers blood everywhere, all over you as these tiny little necromorphs crawl out from its throat and like start jumping over onto you and start trying to stab you again. 3 managed to land on you, and your armor was 8, right? No.
6.
Take 1 more wound.
Yeah, things aren't
As
looking
the
like good.
The baby recoils and starts to try and walk away. Its head now hanging loosely and limp.
That was a pretty good turn. That's it for me.
Okay. So I was just reading what Adam was saying. This command requires you to have either a role named DJ or manage channels for mission. Use it.
I just tried to loop the songs so you wouldn't have to keep.
So how do I manage channels? I've got the manage channels for mission, don't I?
Yeah, you should do. Don't know what's going on then.
Enable, so yeah, loop. Okay, so Freya, your turn.
How far am I? Because
You
everything.
can quite clearly see the giant baby.
Yeah.
He stands out like a sore thumb. You can just about make out Dravik at the base of it. You can manage to identify where Vulture is because of the swarm of creatures just piling onto him. But you're at the base of the stairs.
Okay, so how far is the giant baby from me?
It'll be a movement turn to get there.
Okay, yeah, can do movement turn then.
Yeah, there's quite a few things in your way though. There's about an army of necromorphs. Like,
Okay, can I,
rushing
like-
towards you.
Get like, can I use? I can't use any of my fire stuff anymore, can I?
Well, you
From
can't use
cooldown.
Fireball or Hi-Hi-Hi. You can still use Fire Kick, Steam Punch, that kind of thing.
Okay, can I heat up both my fists
Yeah.
and kind of like get them ready for steam punch, but like try like sprint through them, but like punching and tackling anyone in the way?
You basically ignite your trench knife blade daggers.
Yeah.
They're just so hot that you're just able to just cut
Yeah,
your
so-
way through as you're running towards Dravik, just slicing. Like again, like a hot knife through butter these
Yeah.
creatures. Like you just uppercut one with the blade, and it just goes flying either side, clean cut in half. Like your blades are so hot, it's not even leaving blood. It just
Yeah.
immediately seals the wound like a lightsaber as it cuts through them.
my.
And
Freya's so hot right now.
Great, so yeah, you successfully managed to fight your way through most of them, and you're now within like a shorter range of the baby.
Cool.
Can you see one Dravik hand?
Yeah. Do I get another action point then?
Yeah, you have 3 actions.
Okay, cool. So the baby's head is like, what? What's the baby currently doing?
Like kind of limping as the baby's walking backwards away from Dravik, who's being absolutely swarmed by these creatures that he's just
Okay.
massacring.
How tall's the baby compared to Freya?
About this, like a single decker bus.
Okay. Can I? How? Sorry, so many questions. How much of his head is hanging off?
Good
Like,
chunk
how
of it.
far?
Like
A good
nearly
chunk.
headless Nick.
Can I run, like sprint up the baby, like up its chest or back, wherever way it's facing, and finish off the head cutting with my
With a steam punch. Or-
yeah, with a steam punch?
Okay, hold on.
Hadouken!
Yeah, like knock it off.
You're gonna punch a baby's head off.
As you climb onto the baby, 4 necromorphs kind of spawn out of its back in an attempt to stop you.
Oh, what is this Full Metal Alchemist sort of shit where things are spawning out of things?
Four of them. What's your armor? Because 4 of them jump. On you to stop you.
Armor.
You slice through 2 of them, but sorry, 6 of them spawn. You slice through 2 of them as you're running across the baby's back, but 4 manage to bite and grab onto you.
Okay, I'm just trying to find my armor.
Shouldn't we let Reiner kill the baby?
Yeah.
Reiner has a 10% bonus.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's
Allows
5,
for dodge.
yeah.
Allows for
5.
dodge as well, in brackets.
You take 1 wound, 1 armor save, you dodge 1, and the final one take another wound. So 2 of these bones pierce you, like one in the hip and one in the shoulder. As you shrug them off, you like roll across the baby's back and like pull yourself back onto its back as like the meaty creatures tumble off behind you in a desperate attempt to get you. The baby's head kind of like rotates, like Exorcist style, to look you in the eye as you just go, bah! Like steam punch it right in the face. It like doesn't seem to do anything in front of Dravik. Like, although Dravik feels this like intense wave of heat to the point where it's like lizard skin, kind of like frail, like spazzes out slightly, and his tongue whisks into his mouth. Yeah, fizzles almost. As this like massive wave of heat. 2 of the creatures are just in front of Dravik just go and melt.
Like it's getting a
in front
tan.
of him. And she, like, Freya's just standing there with her fist in the air, and then a second punch, and the baby's eyes just melt away, and its skin peels back as it becomes liquid, and like its head, now just the weight of the bone, just snaps off the final bit of flesh as its head falls to the floor, and the baby just melts away. Although now Freya too is surrounded by the necromorphs that were surrounding you, Dravik.
Nice.
Okay.
As this baby dies, there is a massive cry, a shout out in the crowd, and this tendril just goes flying, wraps around Freya, and just pulls her towards him. Voltrim, just in front of you, you can see this tendril grabbing around Freya and pulling Freya towards him. Freya, you're kind of caught with your arms tucked in, but your blades are still heated, but it's damaging him slightly as well.
This is your like honorary. You need to get hurled across a room, otherwise it's not a battle.
Okay, he pulls you towards him, and as the tendril melts away into nothing, his blade drags across your stomach. You take a deep cut and lose 2 hit points, and one of your armor pieces is rendered. As you like hit the floor and land in front of Voltrim, you feel like this blood pooling at your stomach, and you realize his blade is pulling it out, and now it's like a fully formed blade. He's just like all his strength holding it with one hand, and like it's this huge meat cleaver.
We probably should have done something about that ever-increasing powerful blade earlier.
I'll stop ourselves getting hit.
Okay, so Lulin, Freya, out of that you took 3 hit points, so make sure you're writing that down.
Ooh.
Lulin, it's your turn.
Where am I again?
At the base of the stairs. You hear Miranda like pacing it behind you, by the way. She appears just in time because one of the necromorphs like jumps at your back, and she just jabs her short sword through it and impales it into the floor.
Alright, can I see where the guy is with the meat cleaver then?
Yeah, I mean the meat cleaver makes him stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay, I want to sprint over towards him.
Okay, there's some necromorphs in your way, remember.
Can I use Blood Whip to kind of just bash them out of the way?
What's the cooldown on that? You used it 2 turns.
No, I didn't. That was four turns ago.
4 turns ago?
Yeah.
It was like the first thing she did.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get blood whip, and you just you like whipping them away. Like one jumps, and you just lash him in 2 as he splits apart, and like just whipping these creatures away from you. You rush up to the guy. You're now close enough. So that's 2 actions to move and whip. You got 1 action left.
And then I want to stab him with my special thing, as well as Bleeding Moon,
Sorry, big
and then my other whip, my other sword as well.
Hold on. Okay, as you rush towards him, you like skid across the floor, and he just knocks your dagger out of your hand. Not Bleeding Moon, but your other just normal dagger. The blade tumbles into like the mess of carcasses left behind in your wake. Your Bleeding Moon just about drags across his leg as he like plunges his giant sword towards you. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, this massive meat cleaver is now coming towards you as the tendril of blood you've got control. And you just stop as like his cleaver's about to cut your head off.
And I now control him, right?
For 1 turn, yeah.
Can he just Ooh, okay.
When she controls someone, does she get the essence of knowing what they know how to do their
Yes,
stuff,
no,
or is it?
no.
like...
No,
so she
that
can
I'd
either
have to
choose-
lick. I'd
Yeah,
need
she
to
can
lick
either
the blade.
choose to control them or discover everything about them.
Yeah.
Um,
And
Can't do both.
Okay.
What would Lulan do? What would Lulan do? Fuck it.
What would Jesus do? We should all ask ourselves
He's gonna hand her his blood cleaver.
that. So like he's fighting, like,
He's just gonna give it to her.
he just passes you over the blade, and you grab it, and for some reason, like the blade, although it feels like it should be heavy, it seems to be quite light in your hand. It's still heavier than your daggers, and it's going to take some getting used to. But it's certainly
Wow.
lighter than what you thought it would be.
New legendary weapon.
This can't be right. That sounds like a legendary weapon that we just collected. No.
Here you go. Wow, that is cool.
So for description of what it looks like, Zabu's sword.
That is literally a legendary weapon that Luna's got.
Yeah.
That's great.
it!
Best way of getting a weapon ever. Just the boss hand it. And take it.
That is
The
so
blade
cool.
is fully formed right now, so it's at its max strength.
Okay, well.
Okay, and now it's so just before Reiner, it's actually going to be Miranda's turn. So Miranda rushing down the stairs and
I'll be
just
back.
Wind
just
wall is
saving
still up,
Lulan.
isn't it?
It's collapsed now. It's just collapsed.
Did
Only
not
last
say for
2 turns.
that's a turn.
No, it's definitely been 2 turns, isn't it?
No, it's been a turn.
Jesus Christ.
It's been
That's
a
a
turn.
lot have happened. Okay, the wind wall's still up. So Miranda's there, and you two of you are fighting back into back as you're like launching arrows at these necromorphs, and her bow being broken in the last fight. She's like stabbing and cutting away at them. She like jams her blade into the ground and like does some quick hand signs, and then your bow bursts into flames. So now you can use flaming arrows for a turn as well.
I love these two together. Anyone else picking up vibes? Just, I'm shipping.
Reiner having a good time. That doesn't sound right.
What?
Reiner not offending a woman to the point where they want to kill him immediately. Oh wait, no, that's happened. That's already happened. We've just moved past that stage.
No.
We've never got past this before.
People love me.
So yeah, both her blade and your weapons are now aflame as you're just cutting through these creatures with absolute ease. She like grabs one by its face and like sears it with her burning hand and just slices its head off. And then you notice like these like necromorphs kind of pile in together and become like a giant golem-looking one as it starts lumbering towards you. And 2 more become giant like dog forms, and they manage to rush past you as you're distracted, and they start darting up the staircase.
You fucked over my plan.
She's like, Reiner!
Okay, give me a sec.
Caitlyn's at the top of the
Yeah,
stairs,
yeah.
unconscious.
Give me a sec.
As she like turns and starts running up the stairs
Don't
after
kill
the dog.
her.
Stay away.
Meanwhile, this golem is lumbering towards you, as well as like 10 other necromorphs that like skittering
So
towards you.
two golems went behind me.
No, 2 dogs just darted past you up the stairs. Like
2
massive
dogs.
wargs. Imagine wargs from Lord of the Rings, but made of meat and bone.
Okay. So it's my bow that's got flame, isn't it?
All your weapons are aflame.
All my weapons are flame. Okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
she blessed you with
Um,
fire.
So can I do wind slash behind me at both the dogs?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm checking stuff at the same time.
Okay, so are you confirming that move, yeah?
Yeah, wind
Alright,
slash at both
so-
the dogs.
You sheath your bow and then just draw the blade really fast and sheath it as this like wave of burning red flame. Sorry, Lulan, but she doesn't have blue fire. Sorry, Freya. Fuck, both elves. So this like wave of air slash. Wait, are you doing it at the dogs?
Yeah,
It's
behind
too late.
me.
The dogs are already up, going up the stairs.
Okay, so we're that close to the stairs.
Yeah, you're like you were at the base of the stairs the entire
Okay.
time. Hence Miranda's just turned around and chased after them.
How far have they got up the stairs?
Enough that you can't see the back of Miranda's feet.
Okay,
there was
in
a
that
long
case-
winding staircase.
Can I do? No, because that.
You gotta go save that
No,
jar, right?
I got a plan.
Redemption arc.
I'm gonna.
Please.
So you see the stairway? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chuck my eye to hit
Yeah.
the wall of the stairway
Yeah.
as I get triple shot because it's off cooldown,
Ooh.
and then I fire triple shot at the dogs.
So no, but okay. So I didn't describe the stairway well enough. The stairway is a tunnel leading up. Like it has
Yeah,
no
it goes like that.
No,
But like
but
if
you
I
can't. But it's completely sealed. Like
yeah, but if I
Solid
turn
hit.
around quick enough, I can chuck it so it's like on the back of the wall so I can see that side. Yeah.
It's like, okay, have you seen Bad Batch? How Crosshair, he does this thing where he shoots with his sniper and it goes ding 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 off of the walls.
But what I'm saying is like you can't. When you're in the staircase, you can only see in front of you, which is constantly going up.
Well,
Like,
yeah, you can go like that.
you're-
Right? So I just want to see if I'm looking that way. I then put an arrow there, which then allows me to put it that way.
Well, behind.
No.
I mean,
I think, isn't Reiner throwing that eyeball that Leaf gave him, which lets him see? That's what he's trying to do.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, I'm saying.
It's
the
too
staircase-
narrow. Oh, okay.
No,
it's
it's
too
not narrow.
narrow.
It's just it's completely encased. The staircase is a winding tunnel, completely encased. So there's no. Once you're on the staircase, you can only see in front of you and behind you, and in front of you is this long, hundreds of steps, thousands of steps that go up. Remember, it took you like half an hour to climb down them.
Okay,
And the
so
dogs, the dogs are already way up them. So if you shot your eye into the staircase, you would only be able to see what you can basically already see. Is what I'm trying to say.
There's no
we have to
shot.
see the
Max.
other side.
There's no
Okay.
shot. Is what you're saying.
Right, in that sense. Do I win fucking kick and then go after them? Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna win kick.
The golem.
The
Yeah.
golem to show me backing up the staircase.
So the golem like swings its.
Okay,
meaty,
okay. Well,
bony
can I
fist
just
at you.
say this quickly, right? So it's
Yeah.
it's encased, right?
Yeah.
So I'm aiming to wind kick the golem, and then as I've wind kicked, I'm gonna like slide on the wall of the staircase. So instead of like slowing down, I then propel myself and kind of skid on the side of the like.
What the fuck? You're not a Beyblade.
But like, it could happen because instead of like hitting the stairs, I'm gonna slow down.
Yeah, I'll certainly
I'm
allow you to go up a little
slide.
bit of the wall, but not just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
like Mary Poppins.
Well, yeah, not completely. It's not like I plan
like
to
up the
get
banister.
enough.
Because he is an airbender, he could be Aang on that little thing that goes.
Yeah, the little ball, the air
So,
ball.
Yeah.
okay, so what happens? The golem swings his meat fist at you. Like you just duck back, your cloak billows and laps up behind you as you kick off of it, and just use it to propel you, and you skid along the wall like with a gentle breeze lifting you just an inch away from the tiles. As you slide up, you manage to regain your footing as you like kind of do a pirouette and land on the stairs, and now you're running up the stairs.
I see the dogs.
You can hear Miranda. The dogs are still pacing it, so Miranda's closer than the dogs, but you're catching up quite quickly.
I can't do much.
You've got two actions. Just use one action to continuously sprint.
Well, yeah, but will I catch up?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Fuck it. Can I? Can I
Tom.
use Air Fury
Yes.
to get to the dogs?
I'll allow that. Yeah.
Okay, can I do that then?
So, like, as you're running, Miranda's like in slow mo, like shouting about like how she's unconscious up the stairs, and you just stand still all of a sudden and like look forwards, and you just see the very heel. You just see the very heel of one of the dogs as it goes up like one of the steps, almost blocking it out of your view. And in that fraction of a second, you stop what you're doing. This massive breeze comes flying down the tunnel to the point Miranda's covering her eyes as she runs, and your cloak almost rips from your back as you draw your blade. And within a second, she just hears this like goes past her, and like her cloak billows, and all her hair brushes forwards, and
You put 3 times 1 crit chance plus remove armor slash. Yeah.
You just cut clean down the back of one of the dogs. Like you just cut it directly in half as it just gets propelled, just staining the wall at the speed. You're skidding and like your cloak now rips the other way as the second dog jumps, like almost out of instinct to dodge you. But you're just too fast as your short sword just slices through its open mouth all the way down and cuts the other one in half. One lengthwise horizontally and one vertically. And this two just explodes behind you in meat and blood, just showering you in its remains. And your blade's like quivering, making this like noise.
I would look at Miranda and be like, I did a thing.
She like runs up and she's like, what? Oh my god, Rhino, I didn't know you could do that move. That's certainly impressive. Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Oh.
And Caitlin's like waking up now, like showered in blood, and she's like,
They got that close. Fuck.
yeah. She's like, what's happening? What's happening? Is like you're both, Miranda and you are now drenched in sweat.
Nothing, little girl.
Okay, Voltrum, your turn.
I still have one action point, but I'm guessing I'm going back
Oh, did
downstairs
you?
with that.
Wait, wing kick. Oh, yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah, so I'll go back downstairs with that. But, yeah.
Alright.
Why don't you want to tell her anything? What's happened?
She's like, what's happening?
Can I just tell
knocked me
Miranda
out.
to stay there, protect, and then run back down?
Miranda's like, are you sure? You may need me.
We got this.
She grabs you by your collar and like gives you a massive, like deep and powerful kiss on your lips.
Mm.
And then
Like,
she's
Not
she
now,
pa-
later.
She like pats you on the bum again. She's like, go get him, Tiger.
Row. That's a good up.
Caitlin, like when you row her, Caitlin like looks up at her, being like, really? Meanwhile, Voltrum, just covered in puke, just being swarmed. You're about to be attacked a bunch of times, Volty boy.
I'd like to bring it on, please.
Well, not very good attack. 2 hit your shield and just do nothing.
Any armor?
One flies off as this electric spark just explodes this creature in front of you. One more charge saves your armor.
Okay, so that's 2 charges.
Hold on 1 second. What the hell are my armor dice? Your armor just saves it with ease.
So does it? And that's another charge, or?
No, that was the charge that hit you.
Okay.
Because one sparked and 2 just hit your shield.
So
in front of you, I'll just describe what you can see. Is
yeah,
about
thank
like
you.
maybe about 10 necromorphs to your far right, like not too far, maybe like I don't know, like a short distance sprint. Is the melting baby's remains, and Dravik, who's also fighting off these creatures. Directly ahead of you is Freya, who's now escaped the tendrils, but is bleeding heavily on the floor in front of you. She's taken a hit, but she's rising to one knee. She's just pummeling this necromorph into the ground. And then there is Lulan now wielding the butcher's knife as she's swinging it like erratically, still trying to get used to its weight and length. And the boss is like kind of dipping, ducking, and diving. But it's quite clear the baby's head hasn't regrown on his arm.
Okay. Does Freya need any immediate help? Is she like overrun or anything? Because it sounds like she's got it covered.
Yeah, she's got it covered. She's injured, but she's got it covered.
Right. I think Vulture would try to move, and then it would become immediate. Obviously, he wasn't getting anywhere quickly.
Yeah, you're like sludging.
So I think I'll ult the boss.
Nice. About bloody time. I haven't seen a Vulture ult.
I've no idea how this is going to work because we're inside, and he's meant to go up into a bolt of lightning.
Yeah.
So
You might just find yourself on like the floor upstairs.
In the bath again.
Yeah.
The bucket hits you. So Voltrum, like Freya, what you see is like Voltrum's eyes spark with lightning, and his armor starts to go like hold on.
Angel.
His armor's all crackling as he like just goes into the air, and like all the tiles just get ripped from the ceiling. Like all the trees are just sucked into oblivion as like this kind of like cloud appears at the very top of the ceiling, and then there's this massive no.
Sorry, Dravik ate beans earlier.
Alright, well, we'll just have to stick with the same one again. Oh no, we'll do this. There's thunderstorm as
Nice.
Voltron comes down. Lulan, you just have about a fraction of a second to react. What do you want to do?
Dodge out the way.
Nice, good choice. So, seeing the spark of lightning, you like stop as because the bad guys are like, running backwards anyway, and like using the weight of the cleaver, you kind of roll into it and like barrel out the way as this lightning bolt just strikes him through the heart. Like this massive dwarf and hammer and fury comes down, and it like all the tiles, even the floor seems to like bend like the Matrix and whisk away. The necromorphs on the outskirt of it just explode, like popping. Dravik, you're like again kind of billowed slightly by this wave. Your lizard scales kind of stand on end a little bit, and your tail starts going like the lightning. All these necromorphs just explode into a bloody mess, and just Voltron is standing over the Lord, who's now like split almost in two. So there's his wife, like this meaty woman, like on the floor, almost like she's wrapped in like a egg sack, as she's like kind of her webbed hands are all stuck together. Her flesh has overcome her eyes and her mouth. Like although it can like lips can open and there's no teeth or anything like that or tongue, it's just sealed inwards. As she's like on her hands and knees, like almost completely bound by this flesh, and the lords like stand like crouched down onto one knee, bleeding heavily everywhere.
Good hit.
Can I now essentially just grapple him to make him completely restrained, so then Lulan can come and just kill him with his own blade?
Can Riven not play YouTube then?
It should
Maybe
be
not. Because I think Ruby was going to court because of it was being.
Yeah, maybe that's changed.
It just says the playlist doesn't exist. Do you know what we
Is it a
could do?
private playlist?
No, it's just a YouTube video. We could do a watch together for the music. Hold on, let me make a watch together for the music. This kind of sucks. Sorry about this, guys. That's really annoying.
Blame YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube's
I'm gonna put it in general, but everyone click on this link and ignore the current rabbit video or whatever it's playing.
Sorry.
You need to control your volume on here as well. Let me know when you guys are in.
Yeah, give me a sec. Just need to change my.
Oh,
output.
Lauren wrote a name.
Oh,
You little sweetie. No one writes their name on a watch together.
hi. What's wrong with that?
Such a cute.
No, it's a good thing.
Okay, we all in? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm in.
Am I in? I don't know. It's just.
There's nothing playing right now.
Yeah.
Is it just the W?
There's definitely something playing.
Now there's something to play. Do you have the Mortal Shell release trailer song?
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Forwards. Who's skipping it? Everyone's
I didn't
touched
skip. I definitely did pause it a couple
Oh,
times.
I skipped it. I didn't know he skipped it for everyone. Sorry.
There we go.
No, she just wanted to skip ahead.
Yeah, get to the good bit.
Alright, so
Give me a sec.
as he's
It's joined as Beatty here and that.
as he's like hanging on for life, like the blood's welling up in his mouth, you notice all the necromorphs start to like
Jesus.
crumble and
That's
like
loud.
fall apart and like gradually just disintegrate at your feet. And like the world seems to stand still in that moment as he's like just breathing, gasping, and he's like stares at his wife while what she's become in front of him, and he's like,
I
He
don't
puts-
want to put him in restraint now. I don't want to like choke hold him.
he puts his arm out, and you feel like it's reaching towards you, Voltron, but he just grabs like the side of his wife's head, and like bloody tears start to well up, and he's like, I failed you, my love. It's like more blood comes up, and Miranda and Caitlin appear at the base of the stairs. All this destruction, all this burned fury, this like smell of meat, this ash, these cherry blossoms, tiles falling from the ceiling still, and the silver milky water of the well lighting up the place.
Where's the basilisk?
What?
I don't think he knows about that.
Oh.
And he's like coughs, and you hear like Caitlin rushing over, and she's like, "Father," and he turns and he's like, "My love, I'm sorry. What I've done can't be forgiven. I tried." And she's like, she kind of like holds his head into her stomach, and she's like holding on to him as like the wife slowly like also melts into the ground beside them, and like he watches it happen, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, my daughter. I apologize for everything." And she draws her dagger and just stabs him through the top of his skull, straight through his brain, and straight out of his jaw. Like with anger, as she wrenches the blade out. Like the blade's almost like her strength is too weak. Miranda's kind of shocked and steps back. Like the handle snaps, leaving the jagged piece of metal sticking out the dad's head. And you watch as one of his eyes goes down as it's clearly pierced his brain. And he like just looks in shock at his daughter and then falls back dead on the ground in the base of his temple.
Can I just pat her on the back?
Yeah.
She's like,
As that's happening, I'm just gonna like kind of put my arm around her shoulder and just move her away.
She's like hyperventilating.
Yeah.
Freya like just hold her stomach and start slowly getting up.
Yeah, when you were up anyway, you were fighting. even
Yeah, I
like
know,
that.
but like holding my stomach.
Are the monsters
Yeah.
dead?
Yeah, everything's dead.
Okay, good. Then I can just crawl out of those bodies.
I'm just gonna flip my weapon around and be like, "This is cool."
I thought you were going to say, I'm just going to flip the bird.
I'm just gonna inspect the weapon.
Can I just start taking like Caitlin away from the whole situation?
Yeah, she's like hyperventilating quite a lot as you pull her away.
Well, yeah. Obviously, try and comfort her as I'm taking her away from the situation, because
So I'm trying to find a more calm music for this bit.
I like when it was like the father looks and
Bone wrenching noise as the dagger goes through his skull.
well, she got her wish. How the hell did she get downstairs?
But she just walked down.
Miranda not doing her job very well.
I mean, I just assumed they heard. Oh, why did I not work? There we go.
oh, my ears.
You can turn it down.
I know I did, but I didn't do it enough.
Ah. So Miranda, you're all kind of standing there in shock as the Lord's back of his head just slams into the very base of the tiles.
Can I, as I'm taking her away, can I say ask about the elf?
What?
The other elf, the other eternal elf.
The elf in the vision. Kind of thing.
Is this music going weird for anyone else?
It's just
Yeah,
not-
it's
not
kind of just
playing.
like,
I'm not even hearing it.
oh, it's the interstellar ticking.
Yeah, it should play. There you
Oh, there we go.
go. Yeah. So as like Caitlin's like starts welling up tears, and she lets out this like scream of pure anger, restraint, fury, all these emotions that have been built up over this horrible, traumatic period of her life. And she just lets out this blood-curdling scream as Miranda's like holding her and pulling her away. And Rhino, you two are assisting with that. And you stand there, just this ruined temple ground. And you want to ask what, Caitlin, about an elf?
I want to ask the guy that's like, oh, he's dead, isn't he?
He's dead. He's got. You can ask his
Yeah,
court.
ask about the elf.
Yeah.
Hey, what about the elf?
I mean, can we not ask his call?
Can I go over to the well?
You couldn't
and see if
ask
he'll
his cool.
interact with me again.
As you go over to the well, you just see nothing but this milky silver water.
Can I prod it?
The water just kind of like shimmers, and that's it.
Can I like run over and go, what a fight, and rogue tap it?
No.
I'm kidding.
Two ladies said it. No. I'm joking. So, what you guys want to do? Hanging around a bunch of dead meaty things.
I'm just gonna loot, see if there's anything more.
There's literally nothing in there.
What about
You
the
haven't-
notes at the thing?
Yeah, you can take those. They're pretty much the writings of a madman, but he was clearly onto something.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You're taking the notes. Interesting.
Why not?
Can I do a perception check to see what's around?
Yeah. I mean, it's the same room you've looked at half.
Yeah, no,
100
but like
times.
no, but like in like more detail.
So I'm not
the
gonna type by massive and
this thing is basically this massive room once had so much beauty in it and nature, and was just overgrown with this loving life, has been transformed into some madman's laboratory, which has now been destroyed. Half the trees have been burned away by your swan knight. There's just bone and meat and blood and gristle everywhere. The tiles are like all crumbling down and falling apart, and it's just the what's left of like a battle zone, like quite clearly a battle zone.
Is there any way out other than the stairs?
Not that you know of.
Can I look around and see if there's any other exits?
Yeah, it was just going to be where Charlie came from, but he's not here, so.
Okay. There's a vague-looking rock that might possibly have somewhere behind it. Oh.
Yeah,
It's a different shade to the others.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Charlie came, saw the whole fight, and was just like, no,
Yeah.
fuck this, I'm teleporting out somewhere else.
Well, I don't know. We'll have to roleplay with Charlie a different time about it. But what do you guys want to do? You're just kind of standing around. Want to leave?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
take
it's
his
tough.
body, I guess.
It's such a humongous battle. I don't know what to
Because
do.
we're gonna let the townspeople know he's dead, and
Oh,
they'll
okay,
probably want
fair
to
enough.
proof.
So Lulan starts lugging up this body.
Wait, no, I'm
It's
gonna go
too
to. I'm
heavy
gonna
for
go.
her.
No, I'm gonna go to the table and take off like the fabric that's on top of it and wrap him kind of nicely-ish.
Okay.
Did you have
cool.
like a signal or something, like a ring, like a king's ring or anything?
Yeah, he does have a ring. Yeah.
Right, well,
Lord's
that's
ring.
what you want to take, the Lord's ring. Can I take the Lord's ring and give it to Caitlin?
Yeah, Caitlin like grabs it as she's like being like kind of marshaled up the stairs by Miranda. She's like, "Come on, let's just get some fresh air."
Can I look at her and be like, Caitlin?
So as the
No.
so Miranda, Caitlin, and Rhino are now going up the stairs. Lulan's dragging the Lord's body by its feet, and he's just hitting his head on everything.
It's partly
As he
because I want to
goes-
bury him now.
Yeah,
And does it doing that ding noise because of that dagger?
Alright, shit, I'm gonna put it down.
I would have chucked it in the well.
Hang on.
Oh.
I'll offer
Vulture
to
in the
carry.
crater.
I'll offer to carry the body because I'm very strong.
Okay, yeah. So as like Lulan pulling this body up, she's now got her like giant meat cleaver, which is shrunk back to just the handle and base of the blade on her back. But she's just lugging this body out of nowhere. This like muscular lizard man just picks it up, lugs him over his shoulder, and like he's like, "Don't worry, I'll carry this."
Were the bodies of the baby and the mum also like separate bodies, or did they?
Yeah, but they basically disintegrated.
Okay.
I'm gonna look around and just spit at the laugh and then leave.
Nice. Freya, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
Nice. Voltron?
I feel like
Can
you
I
want one of us to stay.
No.
Can I search the area for any like elven stuff?
Yeah, so it's an odd one because it's basically all just now been grabbed by Lulan and shoved into her bag, which we notes, but there's nothing like, other than the architecture of the room, there's nothing that screams like elven.
Okay.
There's no trace of other life forms or anything.
No,
Other fairies? Did it sound like any fairies survived?
no. Wait, fairies? What? As in, like,
Yeah, you
horse
said there
fight?
were
You said
fairies
they,
in the
yeah,
trees.
fairy
There's
kind
fairies
got
and
burnt
everything.
Oh,
away.
yeah, no.
Yeah, Vulture would probably put the brick of the well he kicked earlier back in place and then leave,
Nice, good shout.
acting as a
Good
rear guard.
God.
shout.
So we've all left.
Are you sure not even one fairy survived?
Why? Should we
I mean,
water the
maybe,
dead
yeah.
trees? and
Is
see if that might-
Bleety just down there eating trees?
Where was Bleeding?
Bleedy's still upstairs. So God, let me find.
I was hoping that when Max ran up and killed that dog, that like he would do that really awesome one kill, and then he looks up and the other one's dead, and Bleedy's just there, like suspiciously, like, how did that one die?
You missed the trick there.
No. Hold on 1 second.
That was a hell of a battle. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I had no idea how we were going to do any damage to the thing.
Well, luckily you figured out these weak points quite quickly.
Well done, Reiner. That was a Reiner MVP contender.
And Freya.
I don't even know what his weak points were.
Freya
It's
did
kind of
so
all of
much
us.
fucking damage.
Freya's Swan Knight saved you guys 2 of his transformations.
True.
And then Voltron comes through like boom.
I like that he was controlled as well, so he had to just stand there.
That was so cool.
His my initial thing was just to get himself to kill himself. I was like, but that's what I would do, but that's not necessarily what Leela would do.
Give me the legendary well.
So
Bye.
as you... Oh, fuck, I just found the perfect song for it. Hold on. Get this one.
Poor Caitlin.
Oh,
And a name
Catherine.
change, so I'll-
She'll go
Catherine.
over it.
Catherine.
It's fine.
Maybe.
Catherine, Caitlin.
Yeah, it was all, she was changing identity so she wouldn't get caught.
As you come out the secret passageway, half the manor is now just burned to ruin. Like it's raining heavily, and like the blue flames have just gone to red and then to smoke. But the damage has been done. Like the building's collapsing almost in on its way, with its support beams completely ablaze. Miranda hurries Caitlin out through the front door as she looks around what was her former home. There's still the mess of the battle you left outside, cultist bodies and cold nights laying astray.
Can I see if they've got any money?
They don't have any money. They do have some gold medallions though.
I'll take those. Might as well
Eddie
smelt them.
Pincher.
Yeah.
Take them back to the blacksmith.
That's the best meme. That's the best meme we've done.
So as you come outside, the rain's kind of washing off the blood from you, and it's like a clouded day. Dawn's breaking now. It's maybe 5, 6 in the morning. There's just silence other than the smoking ruins behind you, and occasionally a floor collapsing under its own weight. And Caitlin turns to look at her home with tears streaming down her face as Miranda's kind of holding her in an embrace. And she turns to you and she's like, "Thank you all for helping me. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do this alone."
I look at her and be like, it's not what you would have done, it's what you need to do now.
And then I'm gonna go up to him and be like, never look back. You got what you wanted. Don't regret it. And just be fearless. Path your way. Go forward. Leave it all in the past. Bastard's a bastard. And
She
go forward.
hugs Reiner and Lulin at the same time.
I'm going to sleer sort of in the shadowy distance and go, killing one of your elders is a common occurrence in Argonite culture. You have proven yourself worthy of battle. Well done.
Wait, what's that on your shoulder?
I'm going to walk away.
Miranda distracts her and she's just like, "Come, we must go see the king. He must be informed of this." And you hear this bell gonging and this marshalling of footsteps, and almost this whoop, whoop, you hear a
Graphic?
at the base of the hill is these robed knights with this black billowing cloak and black robes tucked into their armor, almost giving them this weird Sith look appearance of but not as evil as the Sith, but not burned and disfigured.
Can I just whisper to everyone, no one use magic. Absolutely no one.
There's a party of 16. They march up the hill with their they've got halberds and long swords and a dagger tucked into their belt. One of them pulls off their helmet and he's a young-looking guy with quite some war-torn figures, scars across his face. "Ah, you must be the young lady in waiting. Is it you, Caitlin?" And she turns and she's like, "Who are you?" "We come by order of the Inquisition. We have come to inspect under the suspicion of heresy And like she kind of looks at Miranda, and Miranda stands forward, and she's like, "I have orders from the king directly to escort this young lady out of here." And he's like, "We are not here for her. We understand the situation. We are here to investigate the rumors and nothing else. The king's peace still remains. He has provided me with this." And he pulls a scroll out of his armor and hands it over to Miranda. He strides and almost snatches it aggressively from the Inquisition captain's hand. And she walks back over, opens it. Caitlin, being young and nervous, looks up at her. And Miranda looks at him. She's like, "The king has announced that you were to be Lord or Lady of Lazarus, should you wish it. Or you can retire with what's left of your family's funds in peace." And she
So I
looks
just
back-
like walk up to her, like touch her on the shoulder, and be like, "You've got this."
She looks at Reiner, Miranda, and then at Lulan after that inspirational speech. And she puts on her father's ring. "I am the Lady of Lazarus."
Oh yeah.
And the Inquisition like all doff their head, and then starts. The captain like points, and they go and search the ruins of the burning down manor house.
Vulture will just turn to Freya and just say, "Has Reiner been hit in the head?"
Honestly, Rose is so shocked. That she's
Love
like,
doesn't really.
Lulan's staying there secretly because she's scared Reiner's gonna do something.
Everyone's just on edge. Everyone's ready to intercept.
The Inquisition captain comes up to Dravik. "Is this the body of the Lord?"
Do you need visual evidence?
We must inspect it. It is our order.
Alright, I'm gonna walk out of sight of the girl. And plop it on the floor.
He pulls
Dravik
out his
his head.
dagger. He pulls out his dagger and cuts open the fabric around the Lord, and stands over. Two of his lieutenants come up to him, and they start taking notes. And one of them starts like drawing a picture, and the captain just nods at Dravik.
Before he goes, I'm gonna go, "This was not an easy task. We require payment."
Of course, I'm sure the lady will pay you directly. The Inquisition keeps no funds. It serves the greater good. And he like
The greater good.
bows
This is the
towards-
way.
The greater good.
So as you were like walking, Caitlin kind of like takes one last look at her house and walks back into town with Miranda close at her heels.
I'm going with my new bae. Fuck you guys. I'm gone.
God, bye.
I'm gonna go up to
Mine
the
got a kiss,
captain.
I
that's
need a
it.
bath.
It's gone.
This has been the best day of his life, huh?
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so the captain's just inspecting the body. What do you want to say to him?
Don't know, but how's your day?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, lovely. What do you work? Who do you work for? Is it the
we
Tower
are-
of Ozreth or whatever its name is?
No, that's for the Templars. We
Ah.
work for the Church of Solace. We are the Inquisition. The Knights of the Order.
Can you tell me a bit
yes,
about
Master.
yourselves?
Yes, I was born just outside of Middenheim.
Your. You said yourselves, not yourself.
He just turns
You're not
away from
there.
Ryder
You're not
as
there.
well.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
not.
there.
I'm
You're
not
not.
there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I became a knight at a very squire at a very young age for the order, and now I'm a knight. Thank you,
What
Rob.
I'm gonna
does
go
the Temple
behind
of
him.
Solace do?
I won't do anything actually.
The Temple of Solace brings peace and prosperity to the land. We guard the religion and its order and its orders.
Well, but what specifically do you do? I've not really heard much about the Temple of Solace and its
Solace. Our
and
Lord
its
and Savior,
objectives.
the sun. Without solace and the beauty of the sun, we would all die. Crops wouldn't grow. You must have read our pamphlets. He pulls out a pamphlet from his church and passes it to you.
I'll pocket it and say I'll read this in depth later. But can you just tell me a little bit more about yourselves and what you do and how you impact the whole?
We are a small knighthood that follow the commanders of our high priest. He has commanded us to seek out anything that is deemed heresy into the eyes of the church. Dark magic, blood magic, necromancy. We hunt down beings of chaos and creation like such as this, as he like prods the carcass of the tip of his boot.
Why?
Well, it's ungodly.
Yes, of course, but why do you study it if it isn't godly? Why do you not
We don't
destroy
study
it?
it. We destroy it.
But you're taking notes of it, are you not? To take back?
Well, this has been destroyed. Once his figure has been written down and passed on what's happened here to our Archbishop, the remains will be burned. We'll finish off what damage hasn't been done to this manor, and all that will be left here is a mass grave.
Oh,
You notice the soldiers are like piling the bodies of the cultists on top of one another.
Can I interject?
Okay, yeah.
I want to go. If you're searching for monstrous beings like this, have you heard of any basilisks in the area? We've come here on quest to destroy it.
I say it, I literally just fucking text you the exact same time you said that, saying basilisk.
Oh, okay.
Interesting for you to ask, Master Wizard. There is rumours that a man in town, one of the attempted lords, you may have met them. We gathered what remains of them into. Wait, did you guys meet Ducky and kill him?
Killed his men.
Yeah, we killed his man.
The 3 lords that were marshalling for power have currently been gathered at the church. Where
I hate the woman.
Awaiting meeting Caitlin and Lady Caitlin for the first time. No doubt she'll have to wrestle power from them. Some of them should face the hangman's noose.
The woman.
And we and my men will remain. Though there are 16 of us here, there are another 50 in town, securing peace. The guard, or the former captain of the guard, he, I believe, knows of something to do with Basilisk.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Well, have a good day. I hope your investigation is not disrupted, and maybe see you later.
Thank you. You'd tell me if you knew of anyone who used blood magic, right?
Of course.
Oh, good.
But no one I have ever met has ever used blood magic
Yeah,
before.
it's a rare form. It's a very rare form.
And what happens if, per se, I find someone who does have blood magic? Why are they bad?
Well, blood magic is one of the most heathenish, like almost as bad as necromancy. They would be tied to a post and be whipped with a spiked cat and 9 tails to death.
Kinky. Okay.
Sorry. He like looks up, slightly shocked. He puts on his helmet and goes back to his duty.
Alright, I'm just gonna run to town then. Jog up and meet thingy.
You're
girl.
back. You're back at town.
Yeah.
So the streets are kind of empty, like the rain's making all the pathway muddy.
Oh,
You
Hestia's
see
back on my shoulder.
Yeah, Hestia Bleety's also riding, like trotting beside you. He seems to have like an Inquisition boot on his left foot, and none of you quite realise or want to ask him why. When you go to take it, like he's almost just wearing a shoe. When you go to take it off him, he kind of like moves away.
This is really giving me Animal Farm vibes.
Looks at the corner of his eye, and he's a big fan of wearing this boot. You'd have no idea. All the Inquisition men still had their shoes on. You can tell it's an Inquisition because it has the burning symbol of the sun imprinted in red print on the brown leather. And he's just trotting alongside you. Hestia's just sitting on his back, looking fine and normal. Look big as a house cat or like a small dog right now. And as you get back into town, like the rain's like picking up, she's like hiding her head under her wing.
Ah, rain, finally.
Yeah, like the blood and smells washing off you. You go past the inn, and the innkeeper like sees you guys and immediately just puts the close sign and shuts all the blinds. Caitlin's marching towards the town hall, the church, and she's like, "Please, I implore you to be my swords for one more moment of your time, and I will see that you're all richly rewarded. I need to secure peace in my father's stead."
Nice.
As you walk into the town hall, there's like Inquisition members. The burning pyres now are being cleared, and there are Inquisition members all up the steps. Inside is the priest, heavily bound and beaten, at the altar of the temple. Another more like richly like armored and enamored member of the Inquisition stands. He's like waving this censer. It's like burning this incense smell all around, and he's got like no armor, just robes on. Ah, you must be the champions of Vancia I've heard so richly about.
Luna's just gonna sneeze because of the incense.
Ah, bless you, child of solace. Come, there is a false preacher here, as he points to the altar, and you must be the Lady Caitlin. And she, like, pucks up her shoulders a little bit to look a bit taller. What is this about? This priest has been burning your people at the stake by orders of this lady here. And this tall woman is, like, punched over, also in cuffs. The captain of the guards, like, arms across two men of his own behind him, and Nurse Ducky, like, picking at his teeth with a dagger point. I was told that these three men were arriving for power, and women, sorry. Now, the power has been restored by order of the king. The guards have come under your service, and the guardsman immediately walks forwards and takes a bow. He kind of looks behind and sees Voltrum and Dravik not holding hands, and is just like, oh, cool, I know those guys. As he turns back towards Caitlin. He's like, my lady, my men are at your service. The entire garrison stands behind you. Ducky, like, picks himself up at this point, sheaves his dagger, and he's like, my lady, it's an absolute pleasure for us to meet. My traders will be up and coming at your service. All you should do is ask or request a thing. And
Can I just
boys...
like stroll up next to him and do that whole like you put a hand over, you like twat him in the gut, and you're like,
Ducky
if
leans
you ever
forwards. and,
if
like,
you ever
heaves.
touch her again or think about doing anything wrong to her, we will kill you.
He's like,
And then
like
can
a
I-
little
can
pat
I-
on the back.
And then can I speak to him and just be like, be wary of this one? We had to battle quite a few of his men, and he's a slimy, shady bastard.
Ah, you're the ones that killed my men. Very well, I'm sorry they fired upon you. I gave them strict orders to find her ladyship.
I
protect
doubt
her.
that.
And the Inquisition, the priest steps forwards. This woman attempted to rule through fear and by preaching our order. The Order Amalius and the Inquisition do not permit the burning of heretics without evidence. No evidence was provided to High Command or the Archbishop,
True.
and so they are at your whim. Caitlin looks at Miranda, and Miranda like shrugs.
Can I suggest that she be imprisoned?
As my sword has said, kindly imprison the lady Damascus.
Ooh, she has to cook for the homeless in her city for the rest
She's
of her
like,
life.
no, just kill me, please! I don't want to smell poor people. And she's like dragged off through a back door of the church. The priest on his hands and knees is like quivering. He's like, she made me burn them. She made me. The high priest turns and like backhands him with a glove. And just the guy falls unconscious on the cobblestone.
By a glove.
Yeah. Just backhands him with his leather hand, like gloved hand. And he turns and he's like, the town is at your command. And Caitlin nods. I command my captain of the guard to stand forward. And the captain stands. He's like, I command you to inform my sword, Dravik, about his question. And she looks at Miranda, and Miranda's like, Basilisk. It's like, the Basilisk. And the captain's like, oh, of course. And he like scurries over and, Dravik, Voltrum, good to see you both again. It's a shame we didn't work out our side of the deal. However, I guess I can go back to being commander of the guard once more, under her lady's command, of course.
Can I just pick some hair off the corner of the hammer? Because I'm assuming it's still like covered in blood.
He like looks at it, and licks his lip nervously. Now, I promised, and we had an agreement, and so now the lady is Damascus is in jail. I will consider this agreement fulfilled. The Basilisk. There is a dwarf in town called Ruddy Mudderbottom. He
Not
is
a real name.
Sorry, Voltrum, it is. He is a dwarven miner, an excellent miner, responsible for a large amount of our silver trade. However, one of our silver mines was recently collapsed. I inspected it and believed it to be thieves. However, he claims all of his men were devoured by something. The reason why he has come back into our service and not the service of the dwarves is simple. no one believes what he has seen.
Because he's got a fake name.
The Silver Mines is just outside of Lazarus towards the northern mountains. And I would just like to warn you that if what he says is true, this beast is far more deadly than our arms and swords and steel, gunpowder and arrows can pierce. And I wish you the best of luck, champions. And he bows his head and steps backwards into the crowd. Caitlin turns as the priest is dragged off. Thank you all so much. You will always be welcome in Lazarus, and I'll be commissioning a piece of armor for each one of you, save for you, Vultrum. I see yours is more connected for you, and instead have something else prepared. Return here once you have finished your battle with the Basilisk. 1 month from now, your armor and weapons should be complete. I will also be rewarding you with a scorpion turret to use against the Basilisk. You know, ballistas, like a mini ballista.
Okay, ballista.
I will have men attached to a cart ready for your use. And, of course, you are welcome to any inn in town.
Is there any way?
Any inn.
Oh, any.
Any inn.
Oh, God.
no.
Oh, well, if that's the case, can I get that in writing?
Of course.
And you also get a pillow and.
Oh, we do need 2 pillowcases.
Yeah, we have 2
2
pillows.
pillowcases.
Make it 3.
On
Yeah.
request, but of course.
Um,
Can the captain of the guard get it? Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he runs off to fetch it.
would it be possible to hire some of your soldiers to
Of course.
bring?
Whatever you need.
How many do you think it takes to lug a scorpion turret?
Oh, well, it's really nice. Actually, that's fine.
It's attached to a horse and cart, basically. So you'll it'll be, one person can pilot the cart and one person the scorpion turret.
Yeah, can we have someone to ride the cart for us?
I'll give you 10 of our finest men.
We only need 2.
I'll give you 10.
Scorpio
The
and
issue is
Lovato.
they're red.
Lovato. Yeah.
Stop giving us red jackets. Come on.
I'll give you 10 of my finest red jackets.
Okay, good. We need them. They can look after horses and stuff.
One of them walks up to you, like the captain of this, like, "Oh, these are my boys. We're a great lot. We'll serve you well and true. I've just had my 4th child. My wife completely relies on my pay." I don't know why I told you that. I just felt the need to.
Oh no, send it back.
You could call me Davy Thompson.
David
He, like,
Thompson.
puts his hand out.
Nice.
They give him a gold coin in preemptiveness.
Coin for the widows.
Can I go kneel in front of her? And I want to use one of my little daggers to cut off just a little bit of my hair. And I want to plait it into hers, just a little bit at the end. And I'll be like, when you feel like you don't know what you're doing, and that you're surrounded by people who look down upon you because you are a woman and because you are young and a child, just look at that and remember how far you've come and what you survived, and believe in yourself.
She
I go
like,
over, cut that bit out of the hair, and be like, "Don't listen to the crazy lady. Just no,
No, I'm gonna.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Throw
I'm kidding.
your
I'm
across
kidding.
the room.
She wells up slightly and hugs Lunan once more, and she's like, "I'm looking forward to your return."
I give her a little peck on the cheek and pat on the head and stand up.
The bishop walks back over and they start discussing something, and Miranda walks outside with you guys as the 10 guardsmen start lugging supplies onto this cart and awaiting your command.
So I'm gonna look at the group and be like, "Rest."
Definitely.
Brilliant.
Yeah, let's go for a sleep and a shower.
Let's go to our favourite inn.
Let's go to our favourite inn.
Casually,
Miranda
like,
turns. I will remain as my king has commanded with Caitlin until I believe that she is secure in her position here.
Ooh, can you send Angel a message?
Angel. Oh, yes, I can.
Can you say, hey, what's up? Hope you're not dead. Lol. See you soon.
Why don't you write here?
Yes,
She pulls out like
exactly.
this. She pulls out this like unique looking parchment.
You know, Angel doesn't read his emails.
And she's like, write your message here, and I'll drop it in one of our drop points. You'll get the message immediately.
Can I just like take
I also-
take
I
a piece
also
of
wanna
paper and
just
be
take
like,
note of that,
I'll
of like,
I'll
oh yeah,
sort
there's
that outside.
traffic.
Alright, I'll sort that outside.
She's like, write the message, and I'll meet you guys at the inn at nightfall, and then I'll hand the message to Angel via a drop point.
What was the message then? It was.
I'm gonna write I'll write a message.
Okay,
Yeah.
you stick it in chat.
Then she's like, I must return to Caitlin, and I'll see you guys for your drink before dispatching tomorrow. I'll remain in Lazarus, hopefully still be here for your return. However, if Caitlin sees his command well enough, then I'll probably journey back to the capital. And then she like awkwardly looked at Reiner, awkwardly looked at you guys, awkwardly looked at Reiner, awkwardly looked at you guys, still just standing
Just
on the stairs.
push him, and we'll start.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm just kind of casually waiting at this point, but
we'll just start jogging towards the.
She takes
the
off
inn.
this like leather band, like this archer's. Is it vembrace? You know the like thing that
Vembrace.
goes around an
I
archer's
generally
wrist.
can't remember what it's called, but
An
yeah.
archer, a leather wrist guard, and she like hands it to Reiner, and she's just like, "Stay safe. Stay safe from your adventure with the basilisk, Reiner. Don't do anything stupid. And
Alright, you'll hear from me soon.
I hope to hear from you." She like smiles a little bit and then will look awkwardly around.
Can Dravik just be also standing there?
Everyone else
Really,
has gone
really
down.
close. Is he gonna kiss her?
His tongue's just like.
Can I like just like kind of casually walk off with everybody else until like everybody starts walking and then like sprint back quickly?
Oh, lovely, yeah. And like
Aw.
taken by surprise, your lips plant on hers, and like the kiss, like her cloak almost billows of the wind as you kiss, and like leaves
Alex.
dance around you.
Oh.
And she blushes and then like pushes you slightly, like stiffens up like a soldier, and then smirks and runs back into the church.
Oh.
An Inquisition member standing at the doorway just goes, "Yay!" No.
Wait until you hear the letter to Angel. Hmm.
As you lot journey
Oh.
slowly all the way to the what was the inn called? The Pink Whistle.
And we don't look at the name, we just know where it is. We're too busy
We just
threatening
know
it.
from the closed side.
Yeah, the only closed inn in the street.
Yeah.
By order of the lady. Open up.
He's like laughing with some of the other barmen in town as he sees you guys. He starts to run back to his bar.
Can I start sprinting?
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want from me? I've given you everything.
I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder, by one
Run
shoulder.
holding pillowcases.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him towards Vulture, who has the pillar.
Oh, it's like covered in blood and sweat. Like meat.
No, these are fresh.
No, the
Oh,
fresh
feeling
ones.
The one
fresh
under
ones.
his armor still.
No, that's still there though, if he wants it.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a good point. It's still there. He's like, oh, thank you kindly.
We're gonna be like, we're going to be dining at our favourite inn tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just
Oh,
like
good.
run and like rugby tackle Dravik as he's talking to the innkeeper?
What,
And,
into
like-
the mud?
Yeah.
You have to do it. I'm a fucking beefcake. I don't even know if you're gonna take me out.
Yeah, hold on, that's a good point.
That is a good
Strength?
point. That's
My strength is 10.
No,
mine's
right,
8. Wait, give me a sec. I just got.
Yeah, but it's strength and constitution combined, right?
Oh, it might be. I hope
It's
so.
got to be a combination because constitution's how harder you are.
Yeah, what's your constitution?
My full one or my current near-death state?
Current
My current near-death state 5
5. Rhino, what's your constitution?
out of 11.
Yeah, my God, I haven't taken a hit, so it's 8.
Oh.
So I'm quite wounded, just to remember.
I didn't take a single hit either.
It still doesn't matter as Reiner plants into Dravik's chest. Reiner just starts sliding down his almost bloody knee, and just like Argonite blood is now on your face, Reiner.
I'm gonna push him away.
Just put like a fist bump out to the barman. Be like,
The barman's like confused in what's happening here.
I'm gonna get Reiner's face and just push him away and go, no kisses for me, vermin!
Rhino falls face first into the mud.
And I'm
I'm just
gonna
gonna lie there for a little bit.
take charge and head towards that guy's inn.
As you get to the end, Rhino, you'll eventually pull yourself out of the mud and join.
Vulture will get him up. He'll crouch down to him. You were doing so well. So well. Come on.
Freya rolls her eyes.
Yep.
Is the door locked?
Yeah, as you get to the end, he's brought out like the tubs, proper tubs for you all to have a bath in.
Oh, so the door's open. I can just go in.
Yeah, he's just letting you in. He's cooking you guys up a storm.
Okay, nice.
We'll call it there for tonight.
Yay!
This is a good chapter to end on.
Well, I'm sure we level up.
We level
Yeah,
up.
you've all leveled up. Yeah.
Again?
Well, that's including the fight in the gardens.
Hey, why not?
It's all the same day, isn't it? It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
split
yeah,
over
yeah.
two
We
sessions.
didn't level up after the fight of the Gardens, did we?
I
We
think
leveled
we-
up with the scrap with Ducky's men, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so is this a level up then?
Yeah, you got 2 levels in total from Lazarus.
Alright.
Laura, remember that.
Where's a good place to stick this level?
And I will say goodbye there, guys, because I'm going to go to the toilet.
Are you coming back?
No, I'm going to have an early night tonight. Oh.
I'm gonna message you, Anton.
Thank you for the good session. I'm not going to read your message, Chess. I'm going to wait until until my one shot, which I still haven't done yet. And if Angel does happen to look at his letters, then I'll read it.
Okay.
He's also going to have a letter from Gerwa.
Oh my god! I assume there's every time I open that thing, there's like 15 letters, increasingly asking where I am.
No, you know
Also gonna get a message from Rhino.
You know the Harry Potter where, like, letters fly through the door. And, what's it say?
Gosh.
Your inbox. It's like back at Robin's HQ. Angel, your bloody case is opening itself, and you like open it. It's just like, flurry of letters.
There's no way to keep track of these things.
We're level 10 now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus.
let's make it.
Angel's falling behind because he's not leveling with everyone. He's just sitting there.
Well, he'll level up in his own thing. He'll
Okay.
come back at the same level, don't worry.
Okay, cool. Thank you for that great session, Alex. That was really fun.
Thank you,
good.
Alex. Missed it.
Alex,
Yeah, it
thank
was
you for
great.
making it a little bit easier as well, because I remember last time we left it and we're like,
Well,
fuck.
it definitely wasn't going to be easier, but you guys did the right thing at the right time. So combos with the flame
Well,
arrows.
no, can we just say, it doesn't happen much, but hats off to Lauren for doing the right thing and saving us all.
Yeah, you guys aced it.
Yeah, we would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like,
Our squishies didn't take a hit other than Freya, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
kind of perfect.
Yeah.
I just stood in the middle and got beaten the shit out of, but I guess that's a tank's role.
Yeah.
that was,
It's a
I'm
fun
just
roll.
gonna hit this, like, tentacle and take it with me, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you left the security of the shield almost
Instant.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got battered last time too. Alex, just to make sure Adam's happy and this gets to happen, what was your favourite part of the game?
Oh, it'll either be the Freya running across the back of the baby as its head turns, and then her just going like burning it away.
That was awful.
Or Ultram's. Oh, actually, no. Maybe Reiner dashing up the stairs and looking like a badass for once. And found.
Saving a child.
I did a thing. I
After
did a
trying
thing.
to butt slide
I did a thing.
upstairs.
Yeah. It's Reiner's one thing. Yeah. I'll give him.
Reiner's got a basically kind of a girlfriend, maybe.
Yeah. Another Robin.
Yeah, what the hell? You're lucky I'm not playing Angel right
Robin's
now.
so damn
Oh, no,
sexy.
just wait for the message to
Only
fucking
hires on
Angel.
people.
Oh, that's gonna piss me
Hey,
off.
bro, love you so much. Bro, blah, blah, blah.
The Robins are damn sexy.
I'm gonna bring in no fraternizing with outside the guild rule, just to completely fuck you.
Don't you fucking dare. There is a message on its way, and you will not be damning of it.
Oh, maybe it's a sweet one, like asking your permission.
Yeah, right, like from Reiner.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go to toilet. I'm gonna expect to see some memes, and let's play some Dread Hunger tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Alex, we've got plans tomorrow.
Yeah, the day after maybe.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Alright. Well, I'm off.
Yeah.
Bye bye everyone.
Alright.
Thanks for the fun
Bye.
game.
Good session. Good
Bye.
session. Dread Hunger on Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Well.
And
It's
then
me,
there
you,
were
and the
three.
sheep.
The sheep that is still muted.
There, no, he's back. Hello.
Hi.
How are you, darling?
Well, better for seeing you guys.
now
Oh,
you
there
can
he
look out.
is. Oh, it was nice having you there. I saw that name in the bottom corner. I was like, there's our sheep. And it made me think, where the hell did we leave Bleedy? Well, I guess he was upstairs that whole time.
It was bound to protect, so I probably could have just left the wolf to him, but I think Alex. Yeah.
He probably forgot that Bleedy was there at that point, so he did the right thing. And you got a moment of the match? Player of the game, Reiner.
I know, for once, like, I'm so annoyed that you weren't all there, so I can turn to you and be like, I did a thing!
But it was to the person who would appreciate it most.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was really... I loved the bit with Lulan. That was like her best episode character-wise. With the kid at the end, with the bit of hair.
I'm still worried about that connection.
Oh, you are? I'm streaming
yeah,
right now. Let me get rid of the stream in case we're getting deep concern. And a good, happy episode ended just